What's up, everyone? Welcome to the first day of the
Hey.
playoffs. So for today, I will be joined by someone who has been asked a lot to come back. Welcome, Azrael.
Really? People have been asking for me to come back? I
Yeah,
don't know
they
what you're
sure
talking about.
did.
Hey
They
everybody,
sure
how's it
did.
going? Sadly, no magician in the stats. Yeah, not yet, Joggy. Not yet. We might get there. We got your explorer up there though. So big shout out to Daza for setting up the slideshow with the stats. It's not easy to do all this stuff in OBS, so Daza's been figuring it out.
Thank you very much.
We all love Daza. Fletcher deciding to go with the Mad Eyes pick right now. This is a little bit interesting.
Oh,
Mad Eyes, Red Church.
Especially after he did get nerfed a bit. It's gonna be interesting to see because right now, if I am right, the survivors cannot get interrupted using the controllers when with the walls. So you
Right.
yeah. Before he used to be able to wall people off of their controllers. But after the nerf, you cannot actually do that, if I'm correct. I am not 100% sure. I do know, like, some of the adjustments have been removed. But I think it's still the case for Mad Eyes, because he did get a nerf. So that's going to be really interesting, because that's actually a huge nerf to him.
It is. It's a massive nerf. And, I mean, knowing Fletcher, this could honestly just be a troll pick to just show the survivors that they're choosing Mad Eyes. I've seen Fletcher play Dream Witch before, but I'm not sure of the other hunters that Fletcher has in the repertoire.
So we did see from the stats that Fletcher does have, well, not really the most matches. He only played once so far, and he did go with the Dream Witch pick back then, so it's very likely to see another Dream Witch, especially considering the map is Red
Ooh.
Church. What are we?
Right, but looking at the pick now, we see Fletcher switching from Sculptor and then now hovering over the Dream Witch pick. So ideally going to be a Dream Witch or a Sculptor or even a Hellinger, apparently. We honestly do not know, but looking at the Survivor team comp, looks like we have a triple rescue mechanic comp, which is pretty standard meta stuff. The three rescues are obviously going to be very, very difficult for any hunter to catch. So the idea is to find the decoder as soon as possible, try to get the mechanic shared, and then apply pressure across all the ciphers.
Yeah, no.
Fletcher hovering over Ripper, though. Interesting pick for a first round.
Wow, it's they're sure keeping us in suspense on what they're actually gonna pick.
They really are.
I mean, I'm still kind of expecting the Dream Witch. She did get a nerf, but it's not that huge of a deal in the end. Especially considering the biggest adjustment to her was the fact that you get an announcement once the main body is in your area, but it's not that huge of a deal because you can already see where the leech was going. And
The leech is
so a 4-man comp with like good communication was already kind of able to figure out where the Dream Witch was going anyway. So in that light, the adjustment didn't do a lot for her. Then there, of course, is also the nerf with the cooldown. But we have seen that the Dream Witch still is very well able to spam the patrollers. So in the end, it's not that huge of an adjustment to her. But we'll see if it's actually gonna make a difference against Sus or not, if they can actually win against this Dream Witch. It is Red Church, it's a small map, so that definitely works in her favor.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, Sus is a very solid team, and if they have voice communication, I'm sure that they'll be able to properly communicate and coordinate their positions around this Dream Witch. But Fletcher is very confident with Dream Witch. I've definitely seen Fletcher play Dream Witch quite a bit. I know they've only used Dream Witch, I believe, once in this tourney, like your statistics said. But I know that they've been playing Dream Witch for quite a long time, so definitely a lot of experience on both sides.
Yeah, no, definitely. And of course, this is the first day of the playoffs, so this is where stuff's actually gonna go down. Everything we have seen so far was a bit of a warm-up round for what we are about to see this and next weekend.
Alright, talents are locked, and here we go. I can't tell if I'm excited because of the coffee or because of the actual tournament. I think it's a little bit of both.
It's a bit of both.
Let's do it. Alright, looks like we're getting a graveyard spawn here. Now, are they going to rotate towards top broken or are they going to rotate towards back gate? Looks like they're immediately rotating to top broken, and they already see the bot. This is a very, very good rotation for the Dream Witch.
Oh, indeed, especially since Dream Witch also saw the tracks from both, from the mechanic as well, so we are gonna see an early game mechanic chase.
Bit of an awkward switch there with the spawn follower, but a good leech here on the mechanic. And I mean, ideally, when you're facing a team comp like this with triple rescue decoder, you want to isolate that decoder very early on. So it's a very good start for Fletcher to be able to find the decoder this early in the match. Pretty good rotation in deciding to go to top broken instead of back gate.
Yeah, no, that definitely worked into Fletcher's favor here. So that was a really good position.
Misses the pallet stun.
No.
And now the Dream Witch is going to put a patroller down. They launch on this mechanic, and this should be a dead mechanic.
Yeah, no, indeed. So the mechanic did do a great job going into graveyard. Really strong kiting area,
Wow.
of course. And there's also no one decoding over here, as this was where the Dream spawned originally.
Good job by this mechanic to create as much distance as possible, but again, only a matter of time before Fletcher's spawn follower is able to pick up the down on the mechanic. And there are still 5 ciphers remaining. Very, very good start for this hunter.
Yeah, no, indeed. So that's an early elimination, or an early chair on this mechanic. On the other hand, though, the bot is able to decode now. The bot is on the other side of the map. Dream Witch obviously knows this, but it's not really able to do a lot about it at this moment.
Ooh, it looks like Fletcher's going to be putting down a patroller early, able to harass this forward on the cipher, and preventing a bit of decoding progress. But the Merc coming in for the rescue misses the hit on the Merc. And manages to rescue before half.
That was a beautiful rescue, by the way, right before half. So that's definitely an efficient use of their time on Sus's part.
Wow, and even with a triple rescue comp, which obviously is going to have much slower decoding, the mech bot plus the 3 rescuers manages to get the ciphers already down to 2 ciphers remaining. This is the power of good coordination in full man VC.
Oh yes, definitely. So this is, I mean, it still is anyone's game. Mechanic is gonna go onto the second chair. The forward is getting pressured a little bit here, so cannot really set himself up for that rescue. So that means we are not gonna see any stunts or chair or whatsoever. And of course, the Dream Witch knows from what direction the forward would come from if he was to go for the rescue. It does seem like the Gravekeeper instead is the one who is gonna come in for that rescue, setting himself up.
And although there was a very good early start for this Dream Witch, this game is nowhere near over. I mean, the Mechanic's bot is going to be able to finish the cipher at top broken, and now they're just trying to rush the cipher down towards reception.
So we do see that the Gravekeeper is gonna rescue the Mechanic here, is getting the body block off as well. And it seems like the
good body block from the Gravekeeper.
Yeah, definitely. But instead, we are gonna see that the Dream Witch is just gonna pressure this cipher, as chasing down that Mechanic once again would just waste too much of the Dream Witch's time. And especially since Dream Witch is known for that good map control, she definitely wants to protect that lost cipher here.
Absolutely. A common theme is that when it becomes later in the game, it's very important to focus on cipher management and control versus chasing people. Because even if you get them down, oftentimes you're going to allow them to prime a cipher. So, especially as a Dream Witch on a smaller map like this, you want to get your leeches onto different ciphers and control the ciphers more than you actually want to try and chase.
Yeah, definitely. We do see some really good multitasking from the Dream Witch here, though, because she is still applying pressure onto the Mechanic at the back gate area, while at the same time also protecting this one cipher. So, she's really doing a great job, basically applying as much map pressure as she possibly can. And here we see a blink switch.
Gets the down on the Mechanic, and if she is able to chair this Mechanic, that is a guaranteed kill. And right now, it does not look like the survivors are in a position to prime up any sort of cipher.
However, on the other hand, the forward is in the area, so
so gonna be looking to harass here for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And if the forward is gonna be able to harass long enough for the other two survivors to get that last cipher down, that could be very problematic for Fletcher.
Also, great job by the mechanic to die in the corner here. Wow, and I almost thought Fletcher was going to be able to trap the mechanic with the leech's second body. I was going to be so impressed with that play.
I mean, it still wasted a lot of the mechanic's time. Couldn't get a lot of distance there. Did also get
Fletcher.
Oh no, he
doing
missed
their
it.
best. Wow.
Great job
and
from the forward.
With an amazing body block.
And there we go with the cipher pop as well. The forward being able to rest long enough for the others to prime and pop the cipher. With a beautiful play from the forward.
Fantastic harass by the forward there. Fletcher was really trying to stop the forward stun by using a second leech body to basically body block for the other leech. But the forward's accuracy was just too much to bear.
Yeah, no, indeed. That was beautifully played. And there we have the bot on the gate too.
Oh, good blink to get the forward down. It looks like this is probably going to be a 3-person escape for Sus here.
Yeah, we do see that both the mechanic and the gravekeeper are already in the gate. The mercenary not yet, but of course is able to still take a detention hit if needed. Or will he actually be looking to rescue that forward?
It looks like he will.
Detention is halfway out, so if they can stall
I mean, if the Merc still has Tide Turner, they can definitely make it to the gate. The question is, can the mercenary actually get the rescue?
Yeah, no.
I like this decision by Fletcher here. I really like this decision to go away from the gate.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I don't think they're gonna make it to basement. I don't think they're gonna make it.
Oh, they do. Just made it.
Wow.
That's a 3-person escape from Sus. Really well played. Wow.
And a smart decision at the end there for Fletcher to just, you know, sort of take the one man and not try to thirst for a chair that's close by. By making sure to walk away from the gate, that would ensure that the mercenary was not able to get a good rescue off. If they had decided to chair in reception, I think there's a very high chance that the mercenary can just get a free rescue there.
No, indeed. Of course, the mercenary did had already used their Tide Turner on the mechanic's first rescue, so that wouldn't be a play. But if he could actually manage to wait out the detention, he still could have body blocked for the forward, and the forward did have some football left too, so he could have just dashed towards the gate, resulting in a 4-man escape. But really well played from Fletcher to just go for that basement and not letting the mercenary pull off a rescue there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they both had their items too, so Merc, I believe, still had elbow pads, forward still had football. It would have been very difficult to catch them post-rescue.
Yes, indeed. So that's it was the best decision from the Dream Witch to just chair away from the gate and not give them a possible 4th-man escape. But still, a 3-man escape in the first match, that's a great start for Sus.
That's a fantastic start. Especially against a hunter as dominant as a Dream Witch on a smaller map. That's a very, very, very good starting match for the Survivor team. So, great job by Sus in order to get that 3-man escape.
Yeah, definitely. We are gonna go into the second match. We'll be right back.
What are you talking about?
Welcome back, everyone. It's a great start. Welcome back to the second part of the first round from Sus versus Fuzion. Not the lawyer coming in.
A lawyer pick? I mean, that's awfully meta if you ask me.
Yeah, no, definitely. This looks like a solid team comp. Also, Joggy. So you finally kind of come in with that magician. I did see that.
Let's go.
He was complaining about the fact that we did not take his magician stats. But yeah, that's kind of what happens if you only play magician for 1 round as compared to explorer, who has been played for 3 rounds instead. So if you want the magician stats in, you will have to play more magician.
You gotta play more mage, yeah.
Yeah, it's just how it is.
I like this team comp that we're seeing so far. So we're seeing a very early mercenary band coming from the Sus Hunter. But I like the idea of Joggy playing magician. And then also I noticed that Disrespect was hovering over Prospector, but it looks like he's going back to his tested and true forward, which Disrespect is one of the top forwards in NAEU, so should be exciting to see.
Oh yeah, indeed.
Oh, Sculptor pick?
I mean, Sculptor definitely not a bad pick, especially on like red shirts. Not a usual first round pick, it's more of a second round pick, but Sculptor is definitely part of that meta for the hunters right now, so...
Right, I mean, Sculptor and Dreamwitch are 2 of the top hunters, still, even after all of the adjustments and whatnot. Sculptor and Dreamwitch have been tested and are true, and have been proven to be 2 of the top hunter picks just across the board, so... On a map like Red Church, I mean, Sculptor is definitely a great choice. But it looks like they're also hovering over Dreamwitch, so we might see a back-to-back Dreamwitch match.
It does seem to be the case, and I think with that, it's somewhat safe to assume that Dreamwitch still is gonna be that S-tier hunter in tournaments. However, on the other hand though, Breaking Wheel is actually also really upcoming in the hunter meta, is currently the most banned hunter in China on rank.
Wow. People are scared of the wheel. I would be too. It's a very, very scary hunter to go up against.
Yeah, no, indeed. Especially because he has that speed that other hunters kind of lack. It's a lot of people say that he's like Clown, but better.
I mean, I do kind of agree with that analogy. Yeah, his ability to get across the map is just... It's like just an infinite dash, and he can just use it anytime he wants, and can immediately go from one part of the map to the other, faster than a Clown, faster than even a Percy, right? So,
yeah,
definitely, Wheel's definitely very scary to go up against.
No, indeed, and I'm really curious to see if we're actually gonna see a Breaking Wheel in ICL.
That would be very fun. I know that Breaking Wheel was a banned pick for the early stages of the ICL. But now Breaking Wheel is allowed, so if anybody out there is willing to try it, then it could be very fun to see.
I mean, I'm kind of looking because I did see that All For One is on the roster for this weekend as well, so we do know that he does play Breaking Wheel, so I'm kind of hoping that he is gonna pull him out. That would be really fun. But anyway,
that'd be amazing.
For this match, we are just gonna see another Dreamwitch.
Going up against a very similar comp as well, except this time with the initial Seer ban and then choosing Mercenary. Now there's a Merc ban, so they're choosing Seer. So just switching out the bans, and it's going to be a pretty standard matchup with Dreamwitch versus this team comp.
So we do see a top breakable spawn, and Seer being the first target, not great. Better than, of course, having your mechanic being found first.
Wow, great usage of the spawn follower there and positioning of the body to catch the Seer off guard, and starts off the game with a very early hit.
Yeah, beautiful job. We are likely gonna see the Owl coming in for the second hit. Do have the Patroller coming in here too.
Alright, we'll see how the Seer plays this. Switching to the Spawn Follower and gets the Seer down immediately.
That was a
great job by the Dream Witch.
Wow.
This is an extremely fast down.
Yeah, definitely. There was not a lot the Seer could do. It was a beautiful early hit, even before the Owl was back, and then following up with that Patroller. Not really giving the Seer any opportunities to go anywhere. So this is really well played.
Finds a decoder as well. This is very valuable information for the Dream Witch to have.
Yeah, so with the
and we'll see how Fuzion responds.
Yeah, this is looking really tough for Fuzion.
Oh, well played by the Dream Witch, predicting that the Seer was going to owl themselves, and purposefully misses the attack in order to not get that attack recovery.
Yeah, and they decide to chase the Gravekeeper for a bit since the Seer cannot be chased for as long as that Seer all is gonna stay on him. Forces the Gravekeeper into his shuffle. Not necessarily a bad thing. Gravekeeper does have another shovel, of course, so it does waste some time, but we see the Seer going down here regardless.
This is an incredible start to the game for this Dream Witch. I mean, there's just so much pressure being applied to every single survivor, and immediately getting a second share on this Seer. And Owl's gone too, so we'll see. We'll have to see how Fuzion responds. But they're put in a very, very tough position right now.
Yeah, indeed. So the only fortunate thing, of course, is the mechanic was able to delete, so she can somewhat save the cup right now.
Hits the wall somehow.
I do not know how that one hit the wall instead of the Seer.
I have no idea how that happened.
But still gets the hit on the Seer regardless, so does seem like the forward is in the area though. Is he gonna try and harass? Doesn't seem to be the case. We do have the Seer who died in the corner just to set himself up for if the forward was gonna try and make a play, but he did get chased away with that one leech follower, so suddenly not a lot he could do about that.
Right. This is a very, very difficult position for Fuzion. They did a good job of being able to heal back up to full health, but I don't think they have a lot of progress on these ciphers. I think they were barely able to get those 3 ciphers popped. And now this Dream Witch is just going to slowly but surely suffocate them across this map.
Yeah, and we do see the forward is leached. Of course, there's no one able to delete the forward here as well. So that does leave a total of 3 leeches in this game.
Good patience by the mechanic here, but with the slow vaulting speed, I mean, this pallet is not very good for survivors to be camping. And the Dream Witch picking up a very easy hit there on the mechanic. Looks like the Fuzion team is trying to prime up mid-broken and also reception, but the progress on both of those ciphers seems very low.
Yeah, indeed, and so they really need both ciphers. There's still 2 ciphers remaining, but Dream Witch knows exactly where they are and what ciphers they are trying to do, so even though they are trying to delete, they are trying to possibly heal up too. This is a rough position. Everyone is leeched, so they cannot really safely go out of their way and basically try and get themselves into a better condition. The Dream Witch definitely has the upper hand in this game.
It's also important to note that all of the ciphers are generally on the same side of the map, so for them to try priming up reception and then also mid-broken, the Dream Witch can sort of just patrol in between both of them and control all of the spawn followers from a very, very simple area. Oh, gets the patroller on the forward, and we'll see if this forward's going to go down in a second here.
Yeah, this seems like that's exactly what's going to happen. Again, stuck at that one pellet over there.
Wow. And still 2 ciphers remaining, and nobody is decoding.
Now we do see that the mechanic spot is being used. The Gravekeeper is still full health, so he is able to come for the rescue. Also, big that he is coming in for that rescue. But they just lack the progression on those ciphers to actually make it work.
Oh, gets the bot down, preventing reception from being popped. And now the mechanic being forced to switch targets to the cipher and bottom broken. Good football usage here to create some distance.
Ooh, misses the blink, it seems.
And we'll see if Disrespect can play this blink properly. Good job transitioning away to make sure that the you don't get caught trying to vault over a pallet and getting an easy blink. Ooh, this is going to be tough.
Yeah, this is definitely looking like a down here. Not a lot the forward could do about it. Like you said, did do a good job transitioning away, acknowledging that the leech was right there, and he otherwise would have gotten sandwiched. But since he was out of items as well, not a lot he could do.
Right, and with no shovel and everyone being at half health, I mean, this is basically an impossible rescue. So that forward is definitely going to be going down, and neither of these ciphers are ready to be popped yet.
Yeah. Gravekeeper finding a syringe, but getting leeched at the very same time, so cannot really heal himself up. Did manage to pop the cipher, however.
Wow, beautiful blink from that Dream Witch.
It was a beautiful blink indeed.
Question is, where is that mechanic?
Yeah, I was wondering the same, I'll be honest. It seems like she is actually at the top breakable. Did also find a syringe, which is really good for her. That's exactly what she needs in this situation. However, it's not really a lot they can do. They could still try clutch the dungeon, but since this is right now looking like basically just a bleeding game, not a lot they can do.
It does seem like it's only a matter of time before Sus is able to get the 4-man elimination. Knowing the capability of this Sus Hunter, I assume that they'll know exactly how to play this with Dream Witch in the end game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The mechanic just tiptoeing around, doing a good job of staying hidden, but I mean, this is not looking like a good situation for the Fusion survivors.
No, definitely not. The Gravekeeper, of course, not able to self-pick as he got leeched, so even if he manages to pick himself up, the Dream Witch will just immediately switch to that leech there. The mechanic is also being fouled now, so yeah, this is definitely just looking like a matter of how long it will take for the Gravekeeper to bleed out, and if the mechanic can outguide that, which is very unlikely, I'll be honest.
Very unlikely, yeah. And this Dream Witch does have Blink back up, so most likely going to be seeing a Blink coming out pretty soon.
Yeah,
and there we see it. An immediate terror shock by using the Blink, and now the Dream Witch is going to be focusing on getting Joggy down again.
Yes. Joggy doing a great job healing right as the mechanic got down, because that's the only time the Dream Witch cannot actually switch leeches. She's stuck in that attack recovery, but yeah, it is the reception area, so there's not a lot he could do.
Right, and it was a very bold decision by the Dream Witch there to walk through that pallet without any sort of fear and get the very easy hit on Joggy.
Yeah, indeed. So, mechanic decides to just still go ahead and try. I mean, I do have to admire Fuzion for playing it out all the way, still trying to get one survivor escape if they possibly can. But yeah, sadly they just lack that cipher progression, and then it's just a bleeding game. And
yeah, the start for the Dream Witch was just way too difficult for the Fusion members to try and recover from. The Seer going down immediately, the usage of the Owl, getting that out early, and then getting the Seer down on a very easy second chair. Just a very, very strong start for the Dream Witch, and pretty impossible for the Survivor team to try and come back from. Especially with the Dream Witch, who, I mean, the Dream Witch didn't really make any mistakes. It was a pretty flawless game in my opinion. From their perspective, so
yeah,
very good game.
They played it really well. Of course, we have to keep in mind Fusion was the second placed team on the Division A roster, so this is a really strong team. And then Dream Witch pulling through with that 4-man elimination is just really well played, and definitely shows how strong Metal is as a hunter.
Right, and a victory on both sides for the Sus team here. And they're getting a fantastic start in this matchup.
Definitely. We are gonna see if Fusion is gonna be able to come back from this first round. In the second round, it is, like we said a lot, it's best of 3. So there is still a possibility for Fusion to turn this around. But Sus has a huge lead at this moment. They have a 3 survivor escape and a 4-man elimination, putting them at a total of 8 points over 1 for Fuzion. So that's a really rough start for Fuzion, but you know, maybe they have some kind of hidden weapon that they are gonna pull out in the second round against Sus and still turn this thing around. You never know.
Right, anything can happen in the ICL, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Alright, we are back with the second round between Fuzion and Sus. Coming in with a Feaster bet. It's... I mean... Wow, they're actually coming through with that Feaster bet. I did not expect that, especially on a map like Moonlit. Feaster isn't a very fast hunter. So, he does have some difficulties with larger map, especially Moonlit is a very open map too, so it's somewhat harder to use the tentacles. On the other hand, it is really open, so he is able to use his tentacles basically everywhere because there's not a lot of walls blocking his vision. But yeah, I'm really surprised to see a Feaster ban here.
I mean, in my opinion, I'm sure that Fuzion has done their due diligence in researching the hunters that they're going up against. And a lot of the time, when you're banning in tourneys like this, you don't necessarily want to ban what's most meta or what's best on a map. You want to ban what the hunter is most comfortable with. So, for example, if they were going up against me, I would highly suggest that they ban my photo. Because they ban my photo, I don't know what I'm playing. Like, I'm gonna play Hellember or something, right? So, if the Sus hunter is somebody who is specifically a Feaster main, maybe even a Feaster one trick, then now what are they going to play, right? It takes them out of their comfort zone. And even though the hunter might not be a very good ban in terms of like meta choices, if the hunter is somebody who's inexperienced with other characters, then this could be a very good ban for Fuzion.
No, you're definitely right on that one. So I'm really curious to see what the hunter's actually gonna play, because if they indeed are a Feaster one trick, this definitely puts them into a difficult spot. On the other hand, though, of course, does leave some room to go with a lot of other strong hunter picks. So gonna see how they're gonna make it work. To see that he is currently standing on Wu Cheng.
Right, and based on the people who are talking in the chat, the Sus Chinese player is Wrecked. And I know for a fact that Wrecked is somebody who is specifically a Feaster main. All he really plays is Feaster, so I think that's why they had a targeted ban there with the Feaster pick, rather than banning something else that'd be more meta.
Yeah, no, I think you're definitely right on that one, yes.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see what they're actually gonna go play. He's currently standing on Bonbon. We do see on the other side, again, a triple rescue comp with a decoder, which is the Explorer in this case. Also both forward and wildling, so that does leave a lot of room for the survivors to harass in case it is needed.
Right. Now, obviously, their decoding's gonna suffer a bit without that mechanic, and the Priestess is a very, very strong character on Moonlit. We all have gone up against the Priestess on Moonlit. That's guided us 5 ciphers, so very, very strong character and good bans from the Sus Hunter. But with this triple rescue decoder comp again, I mean, the idea is to find the decoder, right? You want to isolate the decoder, but the Explorer is notoriously hard to find. I mean, the dude can hide inside a little shrub or a little bush on Moonlit, and you'll never find him. So depending on how Fuzion's able to coordinate and communicate, I think that'll be the key to winning this match for them and letting them come back in this matchup.
Oh yes, definitely. So Explorer definitely a pick we've seen a lot. I think it's pretty much safe to assume that Explorer currently is part of the tournament meta, especially with mechanic being banned almost every round. The Explorer kind of took her position in case of a mechanic ban. So because he is, of course, just that good at hiding. And that gives the team a lot of opportunities to either rotate and just basically protect their weakest link in this in the team comp.
Absolutely. And it's just the idea of having a 4-man VC with full communication between the team and everybody looking out for one another. A character that's weak like the Explorer suddenly becomes a lot more potent in a tourney situation due to everybody having each other's backs and being able to rotate, communicate where the hunter's going, keeping the Explorer safe and letting them dig up those password pages and get those ciphers rushed.
Yes, and we are gonna look into this match. It does seem like we are gonna see a Sculptor. It's gonna
I'm
be
excited
rough to deal with. Yeah, me too.
I don't think I've ever seen Wrecked play Sculptor before. All I've seen Wrecked play is Feaster, so it's gonna be interesting to see how he copes with being out of his comfort zone with his main character being. Alright, looks like we're getting a spawn behind tent. So somebody does spawn 4th stop near the exit gate. And I'm guessing that's where Rect is going to rotate, immediately going to the exit gate, and the Explorer happens to spawn there.
Oh, what an unlucky spawn for Fuzion. Is the Explorer gonna be able to hide? We do have the Wildling canceling tonight.
I think he's gonna find him. He's gonna find the Explorer.
Oh no, that's what a
lucky spawn.
Oh, what a bad start for Fuzion.
Immediate down on the Explorer.
No.
Oh my god.
No way.
What a fast down. And we were just talking about how strong Explorer is in Attorney Comp, and it is true he's a very, very strong character.
And also getting chaired onto the Wildling Cypher. What a horrible
forcing
start.
the Wildling to go on board. Oh my god. Rect is saying to Fuzion right now, don't ever ban my Feaster again. He's
yeah,
gonna come
no,
back with
definitely.
this Sculptor. Wow, that is such a good start for this Hunter. What is Fuzion going to do?
This is gonna be really rough. They have to work really hard in order to get a tie out of this match.
Right, I don't know what they can possibly do. I mean, with their team comp, their #1 decoder, their saving grace for Cypher Rush, is currently sitting on a chair within like 15 seconds into the game. And both the forward and the mercenary have very severe decoding debuffs. It's going to be very, very tricky for them to get these ciphers down.
Also, I just want to point out that the Sculptor's doing such an amazing job pressuring pretty much everyone right now. The Wildling who is getting chased away did have to go towards the mercenary, so that leaves the mercenary who is being chased off his Cypher now forward got chased off with the graveyard ability, so they cannot decode at this moment. There's just no way they can
awareness. Oh, amazing hit at the pallet from the Sculptor. Very good prediction that the forward is going to drop the pallet. It's always amazing to see Hunters get hits on forwards at pallets because of the forward's incredibly fast pallet dropping speed. Just requires very good prediction from the Hunter. A beautiful statue, and the forward goes down to the basic attack.
No way, we just saw the Wildling being 10% onto his ciphers, now decoding at God Kiting.
Wow.
Are you gonna see a second elimination without Dungeon even spawning? I do not know if I should be more scared of Rect's Feaster or Sculptor at this moment.
This is such a great start. I mean, to be fair, you do have to consider the luck of the spawn, right? Just a fantastic rotation from the Sculptor, going directly into the Survivor that I mentioned that spawns near the gate. And it's just very unfortunate that the Explorer happened to spawn there.
Yeah, definitely. And especially Moonlit is somewhat of a hard map for Explorer to deal with, as it's fairly bright, it's fairly open, so not a lot of hiding spots for them. Mercenary taking two statues and a regular hit, so he's gonna go down, and it's now up to the forward to survive long enough. Will he be able to rebound? That's the question. Does have to kite onto the Wildling Cypher once again, so that definitely disrupts Cypher Rush even more.
Right, and good job by the Sculptor during that camp to make sure to get the mercenary down. And the forward having to use a lot of football here, attempts to go for a stun to save himself. It's just too difficult of an area to attempt to stun. Are they not going to get a Cypher decoded, Daza?
I mean, the mercenary did ping, it was at almost 70%. They could potentially try pop it. Wildling also at 70 right now, but...
There's no dungeon, Daza. It's still hidden.
They... Oh, it's...
Wow, just one little pick and immediately the Wildling forced to get on their boar, which again is just stopping the Cypher Rush in the decoding progress.
So we did see that Mercenary was able to pick himself up. He is probably gonna finally pop that first Cypher, but Wildling coming in for the rescue here.
Yagi most likely gonna block the entrance. Oh, opts not to. And instead just gets the hit on the forward instead. And I mean,
yeah,
this game is looking like a wrap.
Wildling. They did manage to pop one Cypher, but I'm afraid it's gonna be the only one. Unless... No, the Wildling is actually gonna be able to pop the Cypher too. The Sculptor going for the forward, not giving him the opportunity to get too much distance and basically lose track of that forward. So Dungeon is finally in play, but both survivors are injured. Mercenary also used his self-pick already, so he's not able to do anything. of course, Wildling is the best survivor for clutching the dungeon. The board did get a nerf.
Absolutely.
It only lasts for 35 seconds instead of 60, but the Wildling is only one chip hit away.
I would be very, very impressed if one of them is able to clutch a dungeon here. If they could, that'd be a massive play.
Yeah, no, definitely. But they really have to, because they cannot afford to let us take the lead even more.
I also noticed the build of the Mercenary looked like they got a speed boost from vaulting over that pallet, so maybe they're running that typical Rescuer T build with the pallet speed boost and Tide Turner and Borrowed Time.
We do see that in a tournament kind of setting, rescuers are more likely to bring 369 or just straight up bring broken windows in a team comp with 3 rescuers. So that's why we
so
sometimes,
many people that are good to choose from.
Yeah, no, sometimes you do see the forward actually going without Tide Turn and taking broken windows instead, because on a triple rescue team comp, forward does become somewhat of a chaseable character too.
Right. And I'm thinking that the Mercenary may have already used their self-heal, because
Yeah,
don't forget, while he was rescuing, initially he got downed at this chair that we're passing over here to our right, so... The Sculptor now just focusing on getting this Wildling down.
Yeah, no, the Wildling has to kite out the entire Mercenary is bleeding here, because he's just not able to pick himself up anymore. Does seem like the Wildling is gonna try and maybe get onto the roller coaster, but...
if you hit him off the board, there's no attack recovery, so I don't think the Wildling is gonna have enough time to safely get on the coaster and go away.
Yeah,
right, exactly. There's no attack recovery from the board, so.
Oh,
wow.
No.
Wow!
That was an intense match. Wow. Yeah, no,
Just
like you said.
Dominant performance.
Wow. I cannot say anything else. Rick really just came in and said, "Don't ever ban Feaster again."
He said, "Don't ever ban my Feaster." That was incredible. I mean, of course, the spawn is just very unfortunate for Fuzion there, but I mean...
Yeah, definitely. Getting the Explorer...
Pretty solid statues as well.
Yeah, we do see the Explorer only has 7 seconds on containment. There was nothing the Explorer could do there.
No, absolutely nothing.
That was the worst possible spawn they could have with this team comp. Not only did the Explorer get the key spawn, of course, there was just nothing for the Explorer to work with. He couldn't really hide over there.
Right.
And he couldn't start a kite there too, and then Sculptor getting 2 really good statues on him as well, and just going for the immediate down. Like, it's just really well played from Sculptor and really unlucky for Fuzion.
Yeah, I mean, I think the spawn there is really what made the difference in that match. I mean, there was no chance for them to utilize communication. There was no chance for the Explorer to ever become a danger in terms of Cypher Rush. Especially with that exact spawn that the Explorer got, there's usually only 2 directions that people will go. So people can either go towards working carousel and try to hide behind the cart that's kind of near the exit gate, or they will do what the Explorer chose to do, which is loop back around towards more into the tent direction. And the issue with that is, no matter where you go, if you go to the left, your trails are going to be seen by the hunter. If you go to the right, you'll see what we just saw in that match, which is you literally have nowhere to run. You're in a cramped area where statues just become extremely potent. And as an Explorer, what are you supposed to do, right?
Yeah, no, indeed. It was just really unlucky for Fuzion. And
Very
they, of
unlucky.
course, already had a bit of a rough start in the first round too. So that does mean that the Fuzion Hunter needs to get a 4-man elimination if they even want to make it to a 3rd round.
Absolutely.
Anyways, we will be right back and see if they can actually manage to do so. Alright, welcome back to the second half of the second round between Fuzion and Sus. They're going in with a breaking wheel ban?
Breaking wheel ban, okay. Wow. I'm actually kind of sad about that. I wanted, if Tyrone plays breaking wheel, which I'm not aware if he does or if he does or not, I wish I could have seen it because breaking wheel is a pretty fun under the wall.
Yeah, no, indeed. I mean, breaking wheel is a really fair hunter ban on Moonlit because, like we said, he does have that map pressure. There's not a lot of windows to work with too, so it's gonna be really hard to loop his wheel form. It's not impossible. Absolutely. There is absolutely some ways to deal with it, but like we saw in the last match too, if you get an unlucky spawn, especially with the hunter like breaking wheel, they're just gonna make they're gonna take advantage of that.
Absolutely. And I am actually really excited to see what sort of survivor comp the Sus guys go with, because I mean, forward and mercenary, we've seen as a pattern so far in these matches that triple rescuer and decoder is an extremely popular comp, and forward and mercenary renowned as two of the best rescuers to ever choose from, regardless of the comp. So having those two rescuers banned, we're going to see a little bit more of an unorthodox comp here, I think, from the Survivor team. And as we can see, we got a batter and a cowboy up in here, which is pretty exciting.
I mean, we did see, I think it was 2 weeks ago, a really nice harassment team comp from Sus, also with utilizing the batter and the cowboy. So I definitely think they can make it work. They, of course, also have the priestess to work with. On the other hand, though, no rescuers.
Yeah, and I mean, as somebody who's utilized Wu Chang to a small degree, I mean, Wu Chang really does struggle against stunners, and it's going to be tough, you know, with the cowboy and with the batter there to harass. Wu Chang might be suffering a lot due to this comp.
Yeah, no, there's not a lot there the Wu Chang can do in case they decide to go and pressure him, because he does not have any abilities to basically chase them away. The best he can do is to soul siphon or use his bell, but that's pretty much all he has. That definitely puts him in a rough spot. However, Moonlit is a good map for Wu Chang.
That's true. Moonlit is a fantastic map for Wu Chang, and I think one of the best things about playing Wu Chang on Moonlit is just the fact that the map is so much brighter and has so much open space. So somebody like Tyrone, who has incredible vision, is definitely going to be able to gain a lot of information from the map and being aware of where all the survivors are positioned, and then using that to his advantage to surprise them or umbrella, or just figure out what the best decision to make in the given situation is.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, Wu Chang, his white guard form, the fact that it's a really open map, works definitely in white guard's favor, because you are not really able as much to dodge that massive hitbox of his. Also, there's not a lot of pellets in some areas, and pellets are also one of Wu Chang's weaknesses. White guard doesn't trample them as quickly, and then there's of course black guard, who is able to trample them somewhat quicker, but he's not really ideal for a chase because he just has a short hitbox. He can actually do very well on hitting people through pellets, but especially with this team comp, it's gonna be rough for him.
Right, yeah, and in my opinion, I'm just excited to see an interaction between the batter and the Wu Chang, because I want to see Tyrone have some fancy feet here. I want to see him dodge a few of those balls that the batter sends out.
I mean, I'm honestly already really happy to see Wu Chang in general. So I really hope that Tyrone can make it work. I'm really excited for this round. And also, like you said, it's not a team comp you see a lot in tournaments, so that makes it just even better. This is definitely not a game you would generally see in a tournament.
Right. I'm just waiting for stream to meme on me for saying balls.
Oh no.
They meme on me for anything.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So we got a working carousel bridge spawn, and we have a person who spawns in God kiting, but Tyrone immediately going for a teleport, looking towards the broken carousel bridge. Oh, teleports immediately and finds the batter at the very start of the match. Also, notice Tyrone's build. He's using insolence here, so most likely we're going to be seeing the DX build for Wu Chang, which is insolence, detention, and max pallet breaking with tinnitus.
Yeah, it could very well be the case indeed.
Oh, but he's using peepers and not blink. So
yeah,
the DX
yeah. I was looking at that too. I was looking at those peepers. He does want to have a bit more map control with those peepers. So he's not gonna utilize this build to get the best out of that first chase, but.
Wow, so not the DX build. Instead, as we saw from his pallet breaking speed, he's obviously going for an insolence detention build here with peepers.
Oh, that's really interesting. He's kind of chasing this cowboy, but at the same time, he is gonna look for another teleport. Ooh, beautiful play from Tyrone. Just stepped through cowboy thinking he could maybe get that pallet stun, but he was just out of it. And then
That was just great timing by Tyrone there. Just perfectly placed attacks. Wow, well played by Tyrone. Understanding the cooldown of his umbrella being returned to him, and using the bell without the umbrella in order to stun the cowboy for a brief duration, and then once the umbrella comes back, an immediate basic attack to get him down. Ooh, we'll see. Can Tyrone get a hit on this batter?
Sure can.
Does get a hit, and a fairly early rescue coming from this batter. Good job by Tyrone to hit the
rescue early. Get the double hit. No.
Ooh, narrowly avoids it.
Sadly not able to get the double hit. If he would have managed to get that, that would have been huge.
Ooh, should be a pretty free hit here from
yeah, definitely.
white form.
Ooh, but we have
oh wow, beautiful owl.
And indeed decides to pressure the batter for a bit.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna be switching targets to the batter here, and we'll see what happens with the cowboy. Maybe they'll heal up the cowboy while the batter's being chased.
It's definitely something you want here, and indeed that's exactly what is happening. Against a hunter like Wu Cheng, who has such great map pressure, you do not want to leave your survivors injured.
Absolutely, and a good job by Tyrone here in order to get the batter down fairly quickly. But these ciphers are just being rushed down.
Yeah, no, that's the downside of a team comp like this. You do have a Seer who doesn't have debuff. Cowboy who doesn't have as much of a debuff. Better does have a decoding debuff, but it's also not as big as, for example, Forward or a Wild Link. So that definitely works into their favor.
A good job by this priestess here to avoid the max soul siphon, and using the portals to create some distance and getting to the chair safely. Tyrone, unfortunately, unable to have any chances of stuffing, especially when he's in white form. The attack recovery is a lot slower, so much more difficult to camp in that form.
Yes, indeed. So we do see that the priest is getting down, but the better did manage to get away. So now we are gonna switch targets again.
Oh, Tyrone, very perceptive, realizing that the Seer was coming to get rid of his peeper.
So it seems
like he's gonna stay in white form.
So you see that the better is getting healed up right now. So
I like what Sus is doing here.
Yeah, they are really prioritizing
great pacing.
over. Ooh.
Doesn't hit the Seer.
Oh, the Seer actually managing to get away with
the basic attack did not hit the Seer. That was fantastic pacing by Tyrone, being very patient with his attack there, but unfortunately...
Oh, gets that ball off just in time, so the stud doesn't really face him.
Wow.
They are really trying to prioritize healing over Cypher rushing at this point. Basically just taking their time, not taking a lot of risks, but Tyrone is putting a lot of pressure on the team.
Yeah, I really like that play by the Sus survivors to sort of take this game at a slower pace, not to focus on rushing the ciphers too much, just making sure to keep everybody healthy and realizing that's only a matter of time before all these ciphers are popped. And by playing this safe, it's not really giving Tyrone any opportunities to capitalize and create this into more of a winning situation.
Yes, exactly, and of course they also do realize that the hunter has insolence, and since it's a Wuchang, also likely has detention. So since the survivors also know, of course, that he has peepers, they know there is no double teleport incoming. So if they can just basically play it out at this pace until the end of the game, they are very likely to get at the very least, a tie out of this.
Right. And that's really all they need. I mean, Sus is in a fantastic position right now. Playing it safe here does seem like a very smart option.
Yeah, indeed. But we do have 2 survivors on the ground right now.
Great job by Tyrone. An extremely intelligent play. Realizing that even if the cowboy is able to lasso a pallet or a cipher, if the hunter's able to position their body in between the cowboy and their target, they can cancel the lasso.
It was an amazing play. Tyrone is actually having somewhat of a comeback here. Seer on the chair. Priestess is picked up now too, but that still leaves 2 survivors injured, and only the better was able to.
Wow, what a great umbrella! And that's a cowboy downed immediately. Fantastic game sense by Tyrone to recognize exactly where the cowboy was rotating to. Also, he probably noticed the bird that was flying, which indicated the position of the survivor.
This does, I mean, we were just talking about how Sus is taking her time playing it safe, but Tyrone is picking up the pace. He is now chairing the cowboy onto the second chair. Seer has already been chaired once. Better was also been chaired once. He is definitely putting a lot of pressure on the team here.
Well-timed ball from the batter to knock back the Wuchang here. And now we'll see if Tyrone is able to get the batter down.
Yeah, it definitely comes down to how quickly.
Wow.
Oh, but they are really close to finding that cipher here. And considering it is a priestess, this cipher usually is not really a cipher you want to save as your last one, but they have a priestess, so they're definitely able to make some plays there too on that last cipher. So he is now kind of forced to stay around it. Of course, the survivors aren't in great health. They are gonna pick up a different cipher since this is a Wuchang, of course.
Right.
And you do not want to put all your last effort into one single cipher, especially when there's 3 survivors injured, and also 3 survivors already who've been chaired.
And it's just an unfortunate situation for Tyrone because due to his peeper decision versus using a double teleport build, he just does not have the cipher pressure that a double teleport Wuchang would naturally have.
Yeah, so he is not able to do a lot if they indeed, like they are doing, decide to just split up their decoding and go pressure 2 ciphers at once. He can only really focus onto one and then possibly teleport onto the other, but of course this is a 4-man VC team comp, so once he is holding that umbrella, they can just tell each other, hey, the hunter's gonna teleport over, you should hop off that cipher right now.
Right, and that cipher is primed. We'll see if the priest is able to react fast enough and pop it. Oh, places down a portal preemptively, keeping herself safe. And now it looks like the Wuchang's going to be focused on getting the Seer. Amazing pallet stun from the Seer!
What a pallet stun! That would have been, if the hunter got it down on the Seer right there, that would have been huge, because the priestess was being chased off that cipher for a bit, which is exactly what Tyrone wanted, was looking to push that cipher away and then get the down on the Seer before they could actually pop the cipher, but...
I like this play by Tyrone. I like the fact that he took the time to go over to the exit gate and place down some peepers to reduce the decoding speed of the gate.
Yes.
And now we'll see what happens. I mean, Wuchang with full presence and detention is still a force to be reckoned with. Can Tyrone get one of these survivors down?
I mean, in the end, he does need a 4-man elimination, and I'll be honest,
he can 4-man. He can 4-man, right, Daza? I think he can do it.
I mean, he does have some peepers on that gate too, so in case they decide to go for that gate, he can just teleport over, but since the batter is staying around this gate, he's kind of forced to stay with the batter as well. So...
Fancy feet, Tyrone, fancy feet.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, especially because it's not a double teleport, there's not a lot he could do in this situation. He just doesn't have that mobility to switch between the gate at a faster pace.
Right, and I mean, the vaulting speed of this batter is just too much to deal with. And also, a very good job by the batter throughout this entire game to conserve their resources as much as possible, leaving the resources available to be used, especially during something like a detention cat like this, which is going to ensure that his other teammates can leave.
Oh, the Seer actually having another owl.
Wow.
And it seems like the batter is gonna book it to dungeon here. Is he actually gonna be able to get it?
Can he get the dungeon? Ooh, gets belled, and Tyrone with it down, getting the one man.
Get the dungeon, but wow, that really well played once again from the survivors. Wu Chang did an incredible job too. I'll be honest, he did really well considering what he is up against, and of course Wu Chang is also not really as strong as a hunter, so he did what he could. It was really interesting to see him make those peepers work as well, but it sadly just wasn't enough.
Right, and I mean, big credit to the Sus survivors to recognize not only the build that he was using, but also his playstyle. Like understanding that with this Peeper's playstyle, the game is going to be slowed down a lot, and the more they slow down the game, then the faster they can get to accelerated decoding. So very good patience from the Sus survivor team to kind of slow the game down, take it one step at a time, focus on healing people over decoding ciphers, because they can always decode ciphers later with accelerated decoding in the future stages of the game.
Yes, so that does mean that Sus wins this round against Fuzion. We are not gonna see a third round as Sus has won 2 rounds so far, so there's sadly not really any way for Fuzion to come back from that. But yeah, really well played from both teams. This is also, of course, not the last we are gonna see from Fuzion, since this is the playoffs and we work with the double elimination bracket.
Exactly.
So we are still gonna see them. There is still a chance for Fuzion to come back into the bracket, but Sus is the one who will go on into the winners bracket here. And next up we have Legacy versus LBM. So please stay around for that. We will be right back. Alright, welcome everyone to... I'm so sorry. Welcome to the second part of the first day of the playoffs. So right now we are gonna watch Legacy versus LBM, and I'm really excited for this matchup as both teams were actually part of Golf Biz 4. So this is really exciting to me.
I'm excited too. I am brimming with excitement. Part coffee, part the games that are going to be very exciting to watch. Ooh, a cowboy hovering over right now.
You.
As of right now, we have no information on who's going to play who.
No, we're just waiting it out. We see a mechanic band, but honestly, that could be any hunter. It's interesting, however, to see Ching actually hunt first round, because so far we have seen Muxin hunt first round for LBM instead, with that geisha. But the map is Sacred Heart. I'm not too sure which side picked it, but I can imagine if Legacy was the one to pick the map. This is not a great map for geisha, so that might be why Ching is starting out this match instead, because Muxin did prefer to go geisha on Moonlit, as we've seen in the earlier games.
Right. And also for the people in chat who are confused, I recently found out that Ahoy is dreaming, which I don't know, man. The LCY guys, they change their names like when the weather shifts, so it's always a new name. I can't.
I mean, at least there is no confusion between Alien and Rima at this moment, because they swapped names the other week, and
they're always swapping names.
Yeah, no, everyone thought that Alien was actually playing Survivor now, which is not the case. Would have been really interesting.
I mean, he does play a little bit of serve every once in a while, but yeah, he's definitely not a serve main, so.
Yeah, oh, Ching is actually hovering above Breaking Wheel now.
Breaking Wheel? Say less. Please play Breaking Wheel.
I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna say anything, I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but man, it would be so cool to see Ching. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna try and jinx it, but it would be so cool.
Don't play Breaking Wheel. Oh god, not a Breaking Wheel, please.
Oh no, they actually switched.
Damn it, it's my fault, Dazamu. That's my fault, I'll take the blame.
I think it's both of us in this case. We've been hyping Breaking Wheel up a bit too much.
I just want Breaking Wheel.
It would have been so cool to see a hunter like Ching, because Ching is just simply one of the best hunters in the entire server. So it would have been really cool.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely amazing. So it would have been really cool to see him play Breaking Wheel here, but instead we are gonna see another Dream Witch match. Also really amazing to see. I cannot quite remember. Have we seen Ching play Dream Witch in ICL so far?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I've ever seen him play Dream Witch before. So I'm really excited to see like how Ching plays Dream Witch, because this is a very difficult character. But if anybody's up to the challenge that it's Ching, it's just I'm excited to see like how does he use Dream Witch, right? What is his experience with the character?
Oh yeah.
And then also it's interesting to see a prisoner pick instead of an explorer pick. If my memory serves me right, I think Legacy is a team that actually really likes to use prisoner in a lot of their team comps. So
no, they did
kind of a slept on decoder a little bit.
Yeah. No, I think they used him in the first day, and they actually made it work by having him finish all of the other ciphers. Which definitely worked out in Legacy's favor. Of course, Prisoner still not considered to be a great decoder. But they actually made it work, so, and against the Dream Witch...
Oh, the Tomie skin again.
Oh.
So there are two people who spawn near Shakir, but honestly, not the greatest rotation here, just based on the luck of the spawns. The Merc and the Forward being the two people who spawn in this area, and ideally they want to be heading for the Seer or the Prisoner, especially when they have Patroller.
Yeah, indeed. So
here we go.
The Seer as first target. However, Seer getting a pause.
Like Creed the deduction.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say that Seer as a first target, not too great, but the prisoner is the one who's being hidden in this rotation, so it's really good for Legacy, and Seer does have Hospital, which is also, it's just the best kind area in the entire map. You can loop that for quite a bit, so it's gonna be interesting to see how Ching is gonna make it work. He does have his leeches, so he is able to potentially trap the Seer in, but since the Seer also has that owl of his, of course, he can loop that Hospital for a long while. Because I also assume that he has, he runs a 3-9 build, so...
Oh, very, very true, yeah, so his kiting potential is gonna be definitely increased. But with this team comp, I mean, going for the Seer isn't necessarily the worst option here. I mean, the two weakest links on this team to chase is obviously the Prisoner and the Seer. Prisoner is going to be the main priority, but I think going for the Seer is a perfectly fine start for this Dream Witch.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just as of right now, I don't know why this is being paused. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think we have any information on it.
No, we sadly do not. So we're just gonna wait it out for now. Might be that one of the Legacy members is lagging or disconnected and tries to get back into the game. So we're gonna see what happens. But yeah, no.
Daza, I could go check the VC if you want, because Warden's just muted in there. And
oh, no yeah, sure. Go ahead. I'll just okay. I'll stick with chat. Hello, chat. Welcome to the stream. We currently don't really know why the deduction is being paused, so we're just gonna sit here and wait for a bit. Which is really sad. Like I said, I'm really excited for this matchup because, of course, Legacy and LBM are two really well-known teams in the server for the fact that they both were qualified for Call of Abyss. Sadly, neither of the two teams actually made it to Call of Abyss, as of course everyone knows Before You was the one who won the qualifiers for NAU. So, but we didn't actually see LBM play in the qualifiers, of course, which was just really unfortunate.
Alrighty.
Oh, you're back.
Also, I might have left while you were speaking mid-sentence, my bad.
That's fine, don't worry.
was lagging a little bit, but because it is under 60 seconds, we're just going to restart the deduction, make sure everybody's ready to go, and here we are.
Oh, I thought you said we were gonna restart, but it seems like we're just gonna continue. I mean,
I'm sorry, I misspoke. Resume the deduction, my bad.
Oh, no, that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Of course, that makes sense because Legacy is in a really good position here. They have the first kiter basically right where they want, which is next to that hospital, which is the best kiting area. Now trying to... Is he gonna be able to dodge out the patroller? Sadly, is not able to do so. However, he does have two pellets to work with, so he might be able to kite around a bit. Ching is setting up that sandwich right here. And there is the first hit.
Honestly, I mean, the amount of time it took for the patroller to latch onto the Seer, and then also the minimal kiting that was done between those two pallets was quite a lot of time. So, good job by the Seer to buy as much time as possible for this decoding progress to get rushed down.
Indeed. And he also...
green peak in the 69, I love it.
Oh, there we have the second patroller yet. No,
wow.
They try to nerf the Dream Witch on that ability spam, but it's not doing a lot. It's definitely not doing a lot because we can still see the patroller is being spammed here, regardless. So that's I mean, the Seer did do a great job also kiting away from the leeches, not giving the Dream Witch a lot of opportunities to let them trap in. But because of that patroller, sadly just not a lot the Seer could do.
And I'm checking through the survivors right now, it looks like CQI is standing still. The prisoner is currently standing still on the Cypher. I think they might be lagging again. Wait, I feel like it's been too long into the match to actually restart the deduction, so...
Yeah, no, the prisoner is definitely standing still in the distance.
That's very unfortunate. Okay, looks like he's back now.
Oh, alright. That's nice. However, that does, of course, makes that they are a bit behind on Cyphers, as well. I hope that it's not gonna bite them in the back too much later on, because the Seer was sadly not able to, well, I shouldn't really say rebound, as the first kite wasn't all that bad, especially considering it's a Dream Witch. However, it did not really get anywhere. It did use his owl, but he got trapped between the two leeches.
And a good job by Legacy, and we saw something similar happen on Red Church with Sus, where the communication from the survivors enabled them to die in the corners of the map, which again is just buying more and more Cypher Rush, more and more decoding time for these survivors to get the Cyphers Rush down. Wow, looks like Dreaming's gonna be dead here on Cher, and Mercenary and Prisoner are working together on these last two ciphers.
Yeah, no, it's definitely smart of them to let go of the Seer here, as there were 3 leeches on that chair, so there was no way the Seer would have gotten away. So it would have just resulted in one rescuer getting injured, potentially even risking a double hit as well. So that's probably why they decided not to rescue the Seer. It was just too risky, and there was no way they would get a lot out of it.
Right. Good job by the Legacy survivors, staying a couple steps ahead of this Dream Witch as they keep on rotating through their leeches, buying a lot of time for hopefully the other survivors to rotate onto some ciphers and get some Cypher Rush going.
So
wow.
You have the forward. Did not
An
really
interesting
get a lot
decision
of
to
yeah, definitely
yeah,
did not
interesting
get
decision
a
to
lot.
blink there. That's pretty risky to go for.
Yeah, especially since the forward still has full football, so in case,
right,
like
exactly,
we saw,
yeah.
in case he just misses it, they're just gonna football away, get back into a better kiting position, which is exactly what happened, and therefore the forward couldn't really get chased down there. Prisoner is being leeched here.
However, there is not a lot of decoding going on right now, mainly just rotating from the survivor team here. So at a bit of a stalemate right now. We'll see if the Dream Witch is able to capitalize on this passivity. And Green says, I am out of here. Instantly footballs away all the way to Ruins. Just gets to a nice safe area. And looks like the prisoner is focusing on removing leeches. I think they might be focusing on healing up and removing leeches and playing this a little bit more safe. Than trying to just focus on decoding.
Oh, indeed. I mean, it's really smart off the forward to just basically not take any risk. You can, of course, try and just outguide the Dream Witch, but Chig is a great hunter, and they know this too, so they just do not want to take that risk and just get the distance.
Jing here doing a nice job of forcing the mercenary off of statue cipher, but the main decoder of the prisoner is now back on a cipher and decoding strong. So we'll see how this goes. Ooh, good job by Ching in order to get the hit on the forward here.
Yeah, no, definitely. So this does mean that they will have to regroup if they want to make a play here. Having both the forward and the mercenary being injured, of course, there's also the leech on the mercenary. Now the forward getting leeched too. Of course, they do want to push those ciphers a bit. They need a lot more decoding in order to escape this game, but they also do want to prioritize their overall team's health. Right.
And a lot of teams against a Dream Witch like this, they prefer to play it a little bit safe, a little bit slower, a little more patient, and great job by Ching here to use the double leech strategy to sandwich the forward on this really bad pallet over here behind Shaq.
That was a great setup from Ching there.
But notice a cipher's already gone, and this cipher is going to be over 80% by the time Ching is able to put the forward onto a chair.
So you see that Ching is still gonna pressure it, breaking that connection once again, making sure that the prisoner cannot decode that one cipher from a distance. It's gonna be really close. It's still kinda anyone's game. It is unlucky that the forward is the one being on chair here. He does not have any items. Prisoner had to go for the rescue. He was the only one who wasn't injured, but it now comes down to how long they can actually contain the hunter.
Wow. I'm really liking this patience that I'm seeing from LCY. Staying disciplined and immediately switching ciphers, even though the cipher inside of hospital was past 80%, it wasn't a safe cipher to decode because of the spawn follower's position on top of it. So, you know, staying disciplined, staying patient, and switching ciphers, just constantly and slowly applying pressure to this Dream Witch here.
Yeah, no, definitely, really well played. However, it still could be anyone's game. Forward doesn't have any items, is about to go down, unless he can of course make a play, but sadly could not do so. And we have
right,
two
but does get him down with his leech, right? So there's nobody to pressure the forward, and the survivors have effectively fossilized this spawn follower on top of the hospital cipher, considering it's at like 95-96%, and moving that spawn follower would just give up the dominance over the cipher control. So picking up this forward here does leave that cipher undefended.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true, and we see that the prisoner is immediately making a new connection, possibly trying to finish that cipher now. The mercenary seems to be trying to set himself up for rescue. They're really playing it patient, but considering that everyone is injured and forward is on chair once again, it's gonna be really close.
Right, so now the prisoner is going to do their best to rotate to the cipher here and get ready to pop it after the mercenary rescues the forward. Oh, the Dream Witch, very good job camping these ciphers, making sure the prisoner cannot prime the cipher up and get the pop following the rescue.
Amazing job indeed. The mercenary will go down. Forward did get away, but at what cost?
This is just a very, very cautious game from both sides. It's extremely passive, but it's very tense. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, both parties are playing it really smart, not giving them,
Wow, what a blink in the birdcage! Fantastic job by Ching.
They did manage to pop it, but
wow.
Forward was already in balloons, so it didn't do a lot.
Looks like the mercenary is gonna linger next to the chair, but it's gonna be leached by Ching here near statue.
Mercenary does have one elbow pad available, so he could make a clutch play here, but they are already heading towards the prisoner's gate, and we see that leech. Yeah, that leech coming right in with the blink.
What a comeback from Ching here.
They managed to pop that cipher, but honestly, at what cost?
Ching here just simply buying time for his spawn follower to come up onto this mercenary, and gets the down! And it's gonna be a 4-man for Ching!
I mean...
Wow!
There is one issue with this, however. I'm not too sure if they can chair both survivors, as the Shack chair is already gone.
Shack chair is gone, but... Let's see how Ching plays this. I believe he's gonna let the prisoner struggle free and then hit him down with another leech. Yep. Just really stacking the followers on top of each other. Very, very good job by Ching to stay disciplined and utilize his big brain to figure out what the right play is. Wow, I'm shocked, honestly. I thought LCY had the advantage in this game, but I mean, such a strong character and a strong player behind it. Just anything can happen.
Indeed. Wow, what an amazing game. I am really glad to be able to be part of this, because that was just amazing. I cannot say anything else about it. It was really well played from both sides. And then Ching coming out on top. Yeah, that was a beautiful game.
That was fantastic. I mean, Ching just showing incredible control, discipline, and patience there. To remain passive and to make sure that he needs to focus on camping these ciphers as much as possible. Legacy did a fantastic job of putting up a really good effort in getting those ciphers rushed down, but the constant switching in between ciphers, and finally it culminated in a rescue with the mercenary, where the mercenary got downed and there was no compensation for it, right? So they rescued the forward, but Ching's did a fantastic job of camping that final cipher and making sure that they couldn't pop it in time.
And then picking up the forward before the prisoner was able to pop it with that connection. Like
I
said, they managed to pop it, but it did cost them, in the end, basically the entire game, as it was already too late at that point since the forward was dead on chair. And the mercenary wasn't really able to plot any place as well. So it was a really rough spot that Ching put the Legacy members in the end, and it's just really well played from Ching there. Legacy did have a bit of the upper hand at some point, especially since they have the prisoner who was able to decode the middle cipher from a different cipher, but Ching just showing amazing discipline, staying at that one chair, continuously breaking those connections too, and then using the other leeches to just basically push them around until he could get his hands on one of those survivors and get them on the chair. Right, and then also the blink through Birdcage to clutch up at the end of the match was just a beautiful down on the forward. The forward just not expecting the blink coming through Birdcage, which is obviously a very difficult blink to see coming due to the obstacles in the way. But I mean, a fantastic play by Ching there, getting the mercenary down during the rescue, and then again downing the forward as well, just putting the prisoner in a very, very difficult situation. Yeah, no, it's I mean, I think it's safe to say that we can see why both of these teams were part of Call for this, because that was really, once again, really well played from both sides. Beautiful plays. We are gonna see how Legacy's Hunter is gonna fight back in the second part of the first round, so we'll be right back. Alright, let's get into the second game of LBM versus Legacy. So Legacy's Hunter needs a 4-man elimination, which is rough, especially considering it's Sacred Heart Hospital, but Legacy's Hunters have been playing really good, and I think overall we can say that these are some of the best Hunters in the server as well, next to Jing.
Absolutely.
So they can make it work, I'm pretty sure of that. So it's gonna be interesting to see how LBM is gonna deal with this.
Yeah, I mean, we have some powerhouse hunters on both of these teams. Very, very dominant hunter forces over here on NAEU. And for those of you who don't know, LCY Chips is actually AFO. He changed his name, so now AFO and Dreaming Together is Chips Ahoy, which is fantastic. But yeah, this is AFO for people who weren't aware. So we'll see what he plays.
I really hope Breaking Wheel, but I don't know. I'm not gonna try and jinx it again. I mean, I'm already excited to see All For One play in general. We've only seen one round from him so far. For the people who've seen the stats, I know I put Dream Witch with it. Of course, All For One doesn't really play Dream Witch. If this is possible, the worst mistake I've made. If you're watching this back, All For One, please, I apologize. I did not mean to insult you like that with saying you play. You are basically a meta slave.
AFO is an S-Badge Dream Witch, confirmed? Pretty sure.
I mean, apparently. But no, he played Feaster and not Dream Witch, so I apologize for that mistake.
I mean, AFO. I'm pretty interested to see what he plays because he does have a decent repertoire of hunters. You know, he has a lot of tricks that he can pull out of his bag. But for me personally, I would like to see a photographer played. I don't think Sacred Heart is that bad when it comes to spawns. I think, you know, AFO maybe for the meme should just pull out a photographer. I mean, I don't see any problem with that. He's a very meta hunter.
I mean, I know you really want to see a photographer, but especially it's the first round, he needs a 4-man, so photographer would be a bit of a
photographer is just an easy 4-man, Daz. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, if you say so, that must be right. If you say so.
Oh, Daza, do you see what hunter they're hovering?
Yeah, no, they're selecting talent, so we are gonna see a Breaking Wheel.
Don't jinx it.
No. It's already locked in. Look at that, it's selecting talent, so that means
he actually locked it in.
Yeah, we're gonna see
Let's
a Breaking Wheel.
Go.
I am really excited. Maybe that's the reason why All For One didn't really play in the before the playoffs. I know that All For One has of course been playing a lot of Breaking Wheel, trying to master this one hunter. So I would assume that he was just waiting for the playoffs in order to be able to pull out the Breaking Wheel, and we're just gonna get into it first round right away.
I am very excited. I've heard very, very good things about AFO's Breaking Wheel, and I've actually seen him play it on stream a few times. He's very, very good with this character, so I'm extremely excited to see this gameplay.
It does seem on the survivor side, by the way, we do have a Seer and a Gravekeeper. A Gravekeeper is a hard counter to the Breaking Wheel because he cannot do anything about the shovel. Seer is able to take either a spike hit or a regular hit whenever someone is spiked. So Seer definitely wants to use his owl early game if he has the opportunity to do so.
Right, and a good rotation from AFO here at the start of the match. 2 survivors spawn Shack, so immediately heads over there. But now it looks like he's on the lookout for additional survivors, and it looks like he might find the Gravekeeper here to the left. Ooh, good job by the Gravekeeper staying hidden.
Is the Gravekeeper actually going to be able to hide this one out?
I think so. He's in a very difficult hiding spot to predict. It's not a very common area you'd expect somebody to be.
Oh no, he's been...
Oh, finds the Gravekeeper.
Yeah, but the Gravekeeper shovels right away, and like I said, there's nothing you can do about the shovel as Breaking Wheel.
Wow, the accuracy from AFO with that turn though. This is extremely impressive controls.
Yeah, he definitely took his time to master this character. Sadly, there's not a lot you can do about this hospital window. Oh no, he actually managed to bait the Seer to fold it. Can
he hit this Seer? Ooh, doesn't go for the attack, vaults, and now the Seer's in a pretty difficult situation.
So we do have the Owl coming in, but that one hit was enough since Alpha 1 does bring insolence on Breaking Wheel. So from here on, this take only 3 spikes now.
Right.
And the Owl is out of the game. Ooh!
Wow,
yes,
what an amazing trap by AFO.
So we do
Great
have
trap there to cancel the vault.
Early down. I mean, it's not as early because the Gravekeeper did get chased for a bit, but because basically everyone has been pushed around for a bit. They do not have that much side progression. And now, finding his next target, it seems. Can he get a second spike onto the Mercenary? Does not seem to be the case, so he's just gonna take that hit on the Mercenary. Now it's full presence though.
Pretty decent Cypher progress, however, from LBM. A couple of the Cyphers were almost to past 90%, and then I think the Gravekeeper Cypher was also pretty far gone, but I think the Gravekeeper may have switched Cyphers here.
It also seems like they are gonna set up a global portal. Sadly, the Seer won't be able to reach that one. Even with Tide Turner. The issue with Breaking Wheel is once he gets a survivor on chair, the chaired survivor has pretty much no chances to get away from the chair, especially when they're full presence. There's not a lot they can do about it.
Wow, AFO's vision to be able to see the Gravekeeper here. And immediately hits the Seer as well, so this Seer is dead on chair.
Yeah. So is he actually gonna try and book it for the portal? Does not seem to be the case. This does leave both Mercenary and Gravekeeper injured though.
Right, and not a bad start at all for AFO. It seemed like it would be a little bit slow for him to get it down at the beginning of the game, but really making a nice comeback here in the mid game and bringing the game more into his favor.
However, we are at 2 ciphers remaining. We do see that the Gravekeeper is gonna pop his cipher pretty soon. So it looks like it could potentially end in a tie, which would mean that the first round would go to LBM. But I mean, we haven't seen that much from Breaking Wheel. So maybe All For One has some tricks up his sleeve to still turn this game into a 4-man elimination.
Beautiful. Beautiful trap there from AFO. Again, preventing a possible vault from both the Seer earlier in the match, and then now here against the Mercenary. Very, very accurate with his traps, enabling him to get that quick down.
So we do have a Mercenary is out of elbow pads, so once again, not sure if the Mercenary is gonna be able to get away from this chair now once he reaches the chair. He is being chaired at the ruins area. Does have one really strong window to work with, one less strong but still somewhat loopable.
Right, but now only 1 Cypher remaining. And it looks like this Priestess will be getting on a Cypher towards the 3 pallet area near back gate. Or front gate, excuse me. Oh, here we go. AFO finding the rescuer and immediately speeding up to come get this hit.
Wow, once again, those controls from AFO are just beautiful.
So accurate.
Oh, and now downs the Gravekeeper. So having the Gravekeeper on the chair is definitely better than the Mercenary for LBM. He does still have a shuffle, so he is actually able to get away from Breaking Wheel if necessary, but All For One is deciding not to camp that chair because he knows that this Priestess is gonna prime her Cypher.
I really like the decision by AFO to focus on the Cypher pressure and making sure that they aren't able to get a prime Cypher instead of just camping the Gravekeeper on chair. I think it's a very smart decision and it could give him good chances here.
Yeah, and the other part is that this is a Priestess at the 3 pallet area. 3 pallet definitely works in the Breaking Wheel's favor. No window, so they cannot do anything about his wheel form. Priestess can also not do anything about his wheel form, as the wheel form cannot get stunned, so that's basically the best find for All For One here.
Right, and All For One is immediately going to proxy camp and move very, very far away from the chair, understanding that the Gravekeeper was healed up by the Mercenary, so knows that there's no real danger from an early rescue from chair.
So the Gravekeeper now has to go all the way to that chair without being able to use a shovel.
Getting stuck on the corner. Can he make it back in time?
Yes, he can. He can make it back just
Looks
in
like
time.
He can.
Just in time.
Great job by AFO here to apply more spikes onto these survivors. Now the question is, how is the Mercs decoding? Only at about 60% right now. So again, AFO's decision to transition from the Ruin Cipher all the way over to camping the 3-pallet Cipher was a fantastic decision on his part.
And the Priestess was the rescue after half, so that means that Priestess is now eliminated as well. That only leaves the Gravekeeper and an injured Mercenary as the last survivors.
Wow.
He might very well be able to...
Very narrowly misses the basic attack there. And now the Gravekeeper having an opportunity to get this Cipher primed.
Yeah, but the Mercenary did have 2 spikes on him, so he's just gonna trigger his ability. Oh, they managed to pop it!
Wow. Mercenary doing a good job of using the tree to kite. And now it looks like AFO's going to be switching targets to the easier to catch Gravekeeper.
Yeah, so the Gravekeeper wasn't actually able to remove his spikes though, so that means that he's just 1 hit away from dying. And All For One realized that too. He does need that foreman, so he is gonna switch right onto Mercenary here. Mercenary is injured, so...
Now we're going to see some real speed. AFO coming over, wheeling it all the way to Shatgate over here. And without any elbow pads, the Mercenary is going to go down. And with Peepers and the extremely fast mobility of the breaking wheel, I mean, I think this could definitely be a 4-man.
This is definitely a 4-man. Gravekeeper still has picked himself up, so now All For One is just gonna speed over, and the Gravekeeper's not gonna be able to get the gate open, so the only thing he can possibly do is kite to Dungeon. Dungeon is at the shack spawn, so he might be able to do it, but he's just 1 hit away from dying.
And that should be it.
That's definitely it. What? Wow. I, once again, really excited to be able to see this, like, from just first row. What an amazing round from All For One. Another 4-man elimination, but damn, he really showed off the breaking wheel and what he is able to do. I did see some people in chat say that Breaking Wheel is considered A tier, some even consider him to be S tier. Like I said earlier on, Breaking Wheel currently is the most banned hunter in rank in China. And I think we just saw why. I'll be honest. Like they had an amazing early game, but despite LBM having a good early game, Breaking Wheel still managed to catch up with them.
Right. And it's true that AFO did have a bit of a slower early game, not really finding an easy target and taking a little bit too long to find his first target to chase. But his decisions in the mid game, and especially at the end game, to make the transition from the Ruined Cipher to the 3-pallet Cipher was I think the turning point of that match, because it forced the survivors off the Cipher, and he never gave them an opportunity to get a good prime off. And then at the end there, with Peepers and the mobility that he has with Breaking Wheel to go from one side of the map to the other in the blink of an eye, I mean, it's really, really difficult to avoid a slugfest at the end, right? Where you can just down people, drop a Peeper, and transition and come right back only a few seconds later. So fantastic plays from AFO. Very, very strong Breaking Wheel player over here on NAU.
Yeah, wow. I mean, honestly, those were 2 amazing hunter rounds. So we are gonna see a 3rd round for sure, because this round ended in a tie. It's now 5-5 as we had 2 4-man eliminations. That's absolutely insane, and I cannot wait to see more from both teams. This is really, really exciting stuff, and I honestly don't know who is gonna come out on top of this, because these hunters are absolutely dominating right now.
They really are. Like we said before, powerhouse hunters on both sides. So we're definitely going to see some bloodshed over here in ICL.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be right back. Alright, welcome back everyone. We are gonna watch the second round of Legacy versus LBM. We just had some amazing hunter rounds. I am really hyped up, to be honest. I was already really hyped for this matchup, but damn, these hunters.
These hunters are strong. They're extremely strong. And Alien in the stream chat a few seconds ago mentioned that maybe he'll play Photo next round? Question mark.
Oh.
Oh, Alien Photo, OP.
Oh.
I mean, who knows?
I mean, I think, yeah, we have only seen one. Yeah, I'm here. I'm just thinking. I was just looking back. I think we've seen one photographer match. From
friggin' Idiot.
Yeah, from Idiot. Factory. But he did in fact pull a 4-man elimination.
It was a questionable match. I'll say that. It was a little bit questionable. I'm not even gonna lie.
So
it would be very fun to see Alien play Photo.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm definitely. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I could probably just step away that much, like you do, the commentating.
Wait a minute, is Ching gonna be going with a breaking wheel? Maybe answering back here with his own breaking wheel pick.
Oh, if we are gonna see breaking wheels face off against each other, I can.
That would be pretty dope. I was actually expecting Ching to go with Axeboy here because I know Axeboy is pretty good.
Yeah, he's gonna play breaking wheel.
Wow.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing here. Wow.
Let's see if Ching can answer back.
I mean, I already said it last round. I really want to see Ching play breaking wheel too. I haven't actually seen Ching play breaking wheel so far, so I am really curious to what he's gonna do with that. Considering that Dreamwitch is banned, breaking wheel is a really solid pick. I still don't know if he is gonna be S tier. It's still kinda say maybe A tier or A plus tier.
Yeah, I would say A tier until people fully flesh out like how to use him. You know, until survivors figure out how to play against him. Until hunters figure out all of his little tricks. You know, he's still a fairly new character, and I think a little bit more time is needed, a little bit more experience is needed to fully unlock the true potential of this character. So
yeah, indeed.
I think breaking wheel has a lot of potential.
Oh yes, definitely, and I wouldn't be surprised to see if he's gonna be maybe a good third or maybe even a solid second round hunter pick.
Right.
Like you said, we just have to see how it's gonna play out. The survivors are finding more and more counters against him, but at the same time, like we just saw with All For One, they are really getting the controls down with this character too. It's not really that easy to maneuver around with the breaking wheel, so it does have a bit of a learning curve. But yeah, once they get that down, I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and I personally have not seen Ching play breaking wheel at all, so this is going to be brand new gameplay to my eyes. And also seeing another explorer pick from the survivor team here. I believe that's Miri playing explorer. Hopefully we can have a little bit more luck with the explorers in these matches than earlier in the day.
Yeah, no, that would definitely.
Right, so, based on this spawn, one person spawns towards this middle cipher right here, which we can see green rotating away from. And then a second person spawns kind of near Fate Gate towards the cipher on the opposite side. Ooh, finding the forward first. Oh, and now approaching the explorer. Does Ching see the explorer? Does not. Oh, did he see?
Did he
Ching?
see?
Did you see?
No, or no, they did not see the explorer. Oh no.
He didn't see the explorer. Oh my god, Miri just
wow, that was
having a nice little brush with death over there. Somehow avoiding Ching. That's incredible.
I mean, I'll be honest, a lot of respect for Mirima right there, because if I was playing an explorer, I would definitely have figured that. Oh no, the steer faulting that prematurely.
Oh no.
No. And he already used his owl on the second spike, so if Ching is gonna land the trap.
Ching is also bringing Insolence Peepers build. Seems like that's basically the meta for Wheel nowadays. And this Seer's in a very isolated area.
Oh no!
Great trap from Ching, and that's an immediate down on the Seer. Wow. Also, like Daz and I were discussing before, it's
over there though.
Oh, true. We were discussing how it's very, very beneficial for hunters to get the most important resources out of the game early. So, for example, this Seer having to use a very early owl is something that could be could have a lot more value later in the game. But without that owl, I mean, this is a good situation for Ching, and the trap there negating the forwards football. But the tram here coming in to say, I will block the survivors from your wheel.
Oh no, that does give the Seer some time to get away. Did try to juke there, but sadly cannot really get it off. It's really hard to juke a wheel like that.
Wow.
But still really good use of that window by the Seer up there.
Right. Beautiful trap by Ching. And that window is just attached to such a long wall that's very, very difficult to mind game as a breaking wheel. But a pretty quick down yet again, and 3 ciphers remaining, but a very, very fast second share for Ching.
Yes, indeed. I do wonder if they are gonna try and go for the rescue right here. Oh, it does seem to be the case. The priest is coming in this time.
Good decision by Ching to stay in wheel form and opt to go the long way around in order to get these survivors down. Great job double hitting the rescuer, and now if he can get the Seer down, that's a dead Seer on chair.
Oh, he is actually gonna go back into wheel form because it seems like the priestess is gonna try and support the Seer for a bit. So he does not really want to deal with those portals and just decides to go back into that wheel form. So that the Seer cannot really make the best of it.
Not a bad rebound Kai from the Seer, honestly. Caught in a pretty bad area, but that portal by Dreaming coming in pretty clutch, giving him more rotation time.
Oh, manages to dodge the stun there. Nice job.
And the Seer is getting onto the train, and now Ching is racing the train.
Well, I mean, even though the forward missed the stun, the fact that the train was right there still made the best use of that stun, even if he could not get it off. Like, the bit...
Wow. Ching, kind of funny to see, I'm not gonna lie. Ching very, very aware of the exact location where the survivors get off. Obviously, breaking wheel is just a little bit faster than a train, so able to get the Seer down and dead on chair, and these survivors are gonna be focusing on getting these ciphers rushed.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, it's not a lot the Seer could do there. So he just, in the end, used the train to stall the game a bit. But it did give the survivors enough time to pop the cipher right here. So, you know, it still really worked out for them, even if it was only maybe 10 seconds or so.
Right. And Breaking Wheel is just such a dangerous character in the late game because usually survivors are able to prime a lot of different snipers and sort of play it smart. Oh my god. Miri.
No way!
Miri has such a good hiding spot behind that little chest over there. And Ching unable to locate the Explorer yet again. Miri doing a fantastic job of preserving her life here.
And I mean, Miri also has a 50% page, so they don't need to decode an entire cipher. They can just pop the last one with that page if they can manage. So that's a huge advantage for the survivors here. Wow.
But finally found by Ching. Miri doing a good job of avoiding an additional spike here. Oh, but Ching using his ability is able to get an additional spike, and now Miri will go down to a single basic attack. Can he land the trap?
Ooh, nice dodge, but it doesn't go anywhere.
Nice mind game by Miri, but unfortunately, instantly gets down. And it looks like that cipher machine is not quite primed.
Ooh, it is close to 50% though, so if they share the Explorer and they can pick up that page, they can still pop it.
Right.
And instead, Ching decides to go for the cipher, probably realizing that too. But the global making sure that the priestess can safely get away.
I like this transitional gameplay by Ching here to decide to not focus on just immediately chairing the Explorer and instead focusing on applying pressure to the Ciphers. Especially with the Peepers, it's a very, very good playstyle in the late game. And green here just vaulting back and forth, ensuring that Ching is unable to get spikes on them. But here, Ching making good use of his abilities.
Oh, it's really unlucky he could not leave the area just in time for that second spike.
Right.
Ooh,
Green going for an immediate stun on chair.
And now the forward is the one who has that page. Priest is getting chased off, but if the forward can find an opening to come and pop the Cypher with that page.
This is an intense situation. It's very difficult for Ching to camp both a second story Cypher, rather than a Cypher that's out in the open. LCY doing a good job of selecting their prime Cypher very, very well. And the Priest is kiting by running in circles here.
I mean, it's really a smart strategy. If you're out in the open, there is a way to circle around the wheel there to make sure that he cannot land those spikes. So
and
really
a very, very clutch portal
but we
by
see the
Dreaming to
forward.
avoid that second spike.
He is able to get to the Cypher, and there is the
pop. Pops the Cypher.
And we do
oh
see
boy, looks like we're gonna have to see Miri
gate.
hide. Oh, Miri's gotta hide again. Will he find Miri? Does he see the trails? I don't think there are any trails.
Yeah, no,
he had to have seen her. He had to have seen her. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, so there's not a lot Miri can do in this area. So that's a bit unfortunate, but it does still give the others enough time to open the other gate. So we are still likely gonna see a tie here. Unless...
Right.
Unless...
Good job by Miri to stay out of range and... immediately gets down to the Poland. But still, Miri there being the low-key MVP by not getting found at the beginning of the match. And in the mid-game as well, making sure to stay hidden and preserving her life. Very, very well played by the Explorer.
Yeah, wow, that Explorer hiding, that's something else, but... Man, I must say, Breaking Wheel really makes for exciting gameplay.
It does, yeah. It's very fast-paced gameplay.
I wonder what we are gonna see next match. But I'm really hyped up for the next few matches. Anyways,
I am as well. I need to see a photo, baby. I want to see that photographer.
I mean, they kind of promised it. They cannot really get back to that. It would be a bit rude if they just come in chat and then tease the photographer and not actually.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. They can't just bait me like that. They got to go through with it. Come on, Alien.
No, indeed.
Do your boy solid. Come on.
Alien, if you're still listening, kinda gotta. Anyways, we'll be right back. Alright, let's go.
My hands are clasped together in prayer. They're banning Dream Witch, which means that photographer is available. Alien, I am begging, please. Please play photo. Mechanic ban? That's a good ban. Ban Seer, you won't.
No. I guess. I mean, maybe he's just trying to throw a curveball, making them think I am banning mercenaries, so of course I'm not gonna play photographer. You never know. Maybe that it could be a strategy.
I'm crying. I'm crying.
I mean,
I wanted to see a photo so bad.
Yeah, but we still do have the third round, so.
That's true. That's true.
But they could also just be throwing a curveball. Be like, I'm banning mercenaries, so no way I'm playing photographer. And then they just go
right.
Their team comp and be like, ha, I am playing photographer anyway. You never know.
He should have just banned Gardner at that point, you know?
Yeah, I mean, basically.
Yeah. He's just throwing a curveball, guys. It's fine. It's fine. He's obviously gonna play photo. He's just throwing a curveball.
It does seem. Oh, we're gonna see a first officer. So first
officer pick.
Yeah, first
Interesting
officer.
rescuer choice.
I mean, not so much actually. I did, of course, get his buff. And now
he's so annoying in rank now.
Yeah. No, I can imagine. And especially with that mercenary ban coming in, it's reasonable to go for first officer since he has that tie turner, so he could potentially pull off a rescue that way, sure, with the pocket watch, but it's still, I mean, it's first officer, it's not mercenary. Mercenary is still the better rescuer over first officer. But regardless, first officer is definitely tournament viable, I would say. That bit of tie turner and the way you can use his pocket watch right now does make him a better survivor, but we have to see how it's actually gonna turn out in a tournament style, because I'm not quite sure yet on how much that 5 seconds of tie turner will actually add to his capabilities as a rescuer. Not quite sure on that. I have to see more of him in order to be able to judge that. But I would say, especially considering this is a mercenary ban, first officer is definitely not a bad pick.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad pick at all. It's just a little bit unorthodox. It's a little bit unconventional in terms of like the usual meta comps that we see. I'm still trying to recover from my heartbreak of not seeing photographer played by Alien, but hopefully I'll recover by the time the match is ready. Also, somebody mentioned that apparently Alien and Miri's names combined is Cookies and Cream. So it's Cookies and Cream and Chips Ahoy from LCY. Kind of cute, not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's cute. That's cute. I see someone in chat. We should have all the MCs play a couple of matches by the end of ICL.
Oh my god, could you imagine? You guys do not want to see me play on PC, dear lord.
You guys do not want to see me play in general. I'm really rusty at this moment.
Oh my god.
At the moment,
that would be a good match though. What? Daza, Warden, Eli, and maybe Donna against my photo? That could be good.
I mean, it would be pretty interesting.
Yeah. Wouldn't be too bad. Alrighty. So the first survivor that's closest is going to be right on the middle cipher. Oh, and immediately the explorer is found by the hunter. They located right
Are we
into
gonna
the hunter.
see the same thing happening as we saw with the
Oh no!
matchup?
If he drops down, it could be a free hit.
Ooh,
he nearly gets the free hit.
But he does get the hit on the helmet right there.
Just a very unfortunate rotation yet again. We've seen some very unlucky spawns for explorers. It's just not their day today.
We do have the priestess coming in with those portals. Ooh, what a beautiful portal!
Great support here from the priestess to set up that portal preemptively, making sure that the explorer can transition safely to a new area.
Yeah, and now the explorer is up and gone. Oh no! He got the statue hit!
What a beautiful long-range statue.
Wow, that was amazing. This is definitely not a good day for explorers unless your name is
Not at all.
maybe.
Unless you're Mirima. Mirima did a fantastic job in the last match, but I also really like the chair placement here for Alien, making sure the chair near the Seer Cypher, forcing him off and allowing him to basically kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, no, indeed. Ooh, this is a rough spot for LBM.
Absolutely.
They do need to get a tie here at the very least in order to tie the rounds. They are definitely looking for a 3 survivor escape here, of course.
Right, and basically a free hit on the Priestess and an after half rescue coming in from the first officer. Altogether, a very, very good situation for Alien and a fantastic start to this match.
Yeah, no, it's definitely gonna be really hard for LBM to pull a tie out this one. Especially early game, that's kind of where it needs to happen for Sculptor, because once she gets that full presence, she is gonna be a pain to deal with.
Really good job by the Explorer to dodge that statue there, and actually using it to ride up the stairs, giving himself a little bit of a speed boost. But also shout out to the Priestess for all of these portals setting up.
Priestess is doing an amazing job supporting.
And the Explorer has yet to be hit by a statue following his rescue. Oh, and a perfectly timed owl from the Seer to extend this kite.
Yeah,
this is a fantastic job.
Definitely. However, the Sculptor does decide to hit that owl because now, yeah, I wanted to say one statue hit away from full presence, and there we go with the full presence. Beautiful down once again on the Explorer.
Honestly, not that bad of a rebound kite though. It was very, very nice to see the teamwork coming into play with the Seer Owl supporting and also the Priestess portal set up to allow for better transitional kiting.
Yes, definitely. It's just unfortunate in this case that it was a rescue after half, so they still only managed to block one Cypher so far, but ooh, it's the portal.
These statues just so dangerous.
No!
From
Portal
Alien
into the hunter!
Unfortunate hit. Wow.
Oh no. That was so unfortunate.
It's just, I mean, it's such a difficult situation when you're trapped on the edge of the map in such a cramped area with statues and a full presence sculptor just flinging statues at you over and over.
Definitely.
It's very easy to panic.
Yeah, there was not a lot the Priestess could do. Like, even if she managed to trick the Hunter there with the portal or something like that, it's still a full presence sculptor at the edge of the map. And there's not a lot of means for the Priestess to transition out of that area because all you have are those 2 pellets. And then you have to basically... Oh no,
wow, and stuff on the Seer! That is a huge play.
I'll be honest, I doubt LBM is gonna be able to get back from this one. Of course, nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible, but oh man, they are in a tough spot. Wow.
Great job by Alien here to use the Seer as no attack recovery. And now looks like he's going to be putting the Priestess back on share. I like this decision by Alien to actually drop the Seer and let him go free, because this way he can start to play for a 4-man by slugging rather than utilizing chairs to get kills.
Yeah, definitely. So we do see that the first officer is going to use his pocket watch. I mean, and this round basically already went to Legacy.
Right, but the first officer doing some pretty impressive tight guarding here.
The first officer is doing an amazing hit.
That might have looked like a simple hit, but I'm telling you right now, that mind game at that pallet there was like textbook. It was perfectly played by Alien. Fantastic job to predict that the first officer is going to throw it on the pallet. And then here we go, full presence sculptor with target statues. What is the survivor to do?
Yeah, especially at the graveyard area. Of course, graveyard is considered a strong area because it has some good pallets. However, against the sculptor, it's very narrow, so she is able to basically squash the survivors between pretty much every statue's places. It's really hard to dodge those statues in that area.
Right. Alien putting down a little graffiti just to say hi. And now he's rotating back towards the first officer, going to try and play for the 4-man here. And it definitely looks like it's going to be in his favor.
Yeah, so the Seer's not able to pick himself up anymore, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he already used his self-pick earlier. So that gives...
Nice play by Alien. Good job by Alien to prevent any sort of mind game by moonwalking and disguising his red light around corners. But this first officer actually been doing some really nice kites against this full presence sculptor, utilizing obstacles and stuff to get in the way.
I mean, it's just really unfortunate that there is not a lot the first officer can do in this.
Wow, the statue nearly pulling the first officer directly into the sculptor, and there we go, another target statue from Alien, full presence sculptor, and getting the 4-man elimination.
They are not
Looks
surrendering.
like they're not surrendering.
I mean, that would... Oh no, there
we go. I was about to say, like, Sir, you self-heal, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, if he
Pretty
didn't,
sure.
indeed, it could be that they just waited for that first officer to be put on the chair there, and then the Seer self-picking and trying to go for the dungeon regardless.
Right.
Sadly did not see it happen, so that means this round goes to Legacy.
Wow.
Wow, that was some really high-paced gameplay from Alien. LBM Survivor still did really well, but like, it's the same thing what happened with Sus and Fusion. Having your Explorer being found that early on, it's really rough. Explorer still almost managed to kite for 100 seconds, also with props to the Priestess for that one. The great support she did, but it sadly just wasn't enough at that point anymore.
Right. And similar to a Mind's Eye, I mean, Explorer is somebody who is a very potent character, but he's also very high risk, high reward. Because while his decoding can be fantastic in a tourney situation, all of his powers and all of his abilities rely in him not being found. And so to be found as early as we've seen in some of these ICL matches, it's just very unfortunate spawns and very unfortunate rotations from the Survivor team. Here in this match, seeing the Explorer rotate directly into the Hunter and being immediately found is just such a huge blow to their decoding progress and to their early game rhythm.
Yeah, no, indeed. So we are gonna head into the third round in a bit. We'll be right back. Alright, the third round from Legacy versus LBM. Legacy hunting first. Sculptor and a Dream Witch ban. Are we gonna see Photo? Is he gotta keep his word?
I certainly hope so. I'm trying to manage chat right now. I don't think we have any VC mods. Hold on. Oh, I see. Okay. Nice written Mel's message.
I mean, if I need to appoint someone as moderator, just tell me, and I'll get into that.
Yeah. If you guys have an issue with the tourney or something going on, then feel free to DM one of the mods. I would suggest you use Discord. The stream chat is meant for chatting during the stream. That's why it's called a stream chat. It's not be toxic and throw a fit in front of everybody while we're trying to watch the stream chat. So,
yeah. No, I'm not. I'm just trying to put this lecture out here because I say this probably once a week anyway. But this is a community-hosted tournament, and I think because all these teams are doing an amazing job. They are trying the best they can, and they are trying to basically represent the server as good as they can. So I'm just asking from you guys if you can represent the server as well as you possibly can in chat too. That would be really helpful. We do not really want to give up this toxic environment. It's not cool. It's just not cool.
Right.
So I just want to ask for everyone to have some positivity going on in here because, like I said, everyone is trying hard to get the best out of this tournament. Everyone has been working hard on it, both the staff and the teams that are participating. So please, I just want to ask you to do your part as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't listen and respect Daza, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, it's Daza, so you gotta listen to Daza. But on another note, at the same time, the people who are talking about sus, which seems to be the topic of the questionable conversation going on right now, do you see sus playing right now? Because I don't. I see LCY going up against LBM, and we're on the third damn round. So why are you running your mouth about sus when we're focused on the two teams? Like, you're supposed to be here to support the two teams, cheer for Legacy, cheer for LBM, cheer for whoever you want. If you don't know either of them, or you don't care about which team wins or loses, then just be here to be a supportive person regardless. Support us as the commentators, support the people running the tourney, support the players and who are doing their best to put on a good show for you guys. I mean, nobody's paid to be here. These are all people. Every person involved with this tourney is taking time out of their day just so that you guys are able to sit there and twiddle your thumbs and watch some good content. I mean, this is many hours that every single one of us puts in to get this thing up and running and to be professional about it. As professional as possible. And the key word in ICL is community. This is a community league. We're supposed to be a community. We're supposed to be supportive of each other and be positive and not be toxic. So there's already enough toxicity in this community regardless. We don't need any more in our own stream chat. We should treat ICL as a place where everyone can be accepted and people can find relatable content that's very entertaining, and everyone can just get along and have a nice positive atmosphere. There's no need to be talking about teams that are literally not even playing. Like, if you're gonna be mad, at least get mad at something that's actually going on right now. I mean, you're shaking your fist and running your mouth at a team that's literally not playing. Like, I don't understand. Sus won earlier today. They won their match. They're moving on. As of right now, I'm a little bit focused on LC1 LBM. How about you?
Yeah,
I'm
honestly,
in front of my face.
And I would say, like, this is definitely a matchup you should be focusing on, because if you are not focusing on this matchup, I honestly don't really know what you're expecting, because this has been some amazing high-pressure, high-paced gameplay. This is,
right.
I dare say, this is one of the best matchups we have in to offer as a server. Like, both of these teams were part of Call of Abyss 4, and you're telling me you do not want to focus on that one? But I don't know what you're expecting. I'll be honest, I don't know what you're expecting if you do not want to take an actual Call of Abyss team, basically two Call of Abyss teams going on against each other, so yeah.
Oh my god. But dude, and no one cares. I'm just gonna put that out there.
You're
Nobody
really upset
gives a
about
fuck
the photographer,
at
aren't you?
all. Oh my god.
I guess Alien really did not keep his word, huh?
Yeah, Alien, you're kind of breaking my heart, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'll ever recover from this. Back on what's actually important, which is the match in front of us. Keep in mind, this is some damn good content right here. We're getting into the third round. We're gonna see some non-meta picks. We're gonna see some non-meta comps. And right now, we're having a Priestess, Prospector Forward, Cowboy comp. A little bit unorthodox. Going up against a Disciple on Church. And we're gonna see how the... What in the...
I don't think that is supposed to happen. Alien is also obviously a bit confused on that one.
But I mean, they were decoding the cipher, so were they AFK?
I honestly think they were.
They're not struggling either. Like, oh wow, what a great hit from Alien.
That was a great hit from Alien. But I'm actually kind of waiting for. Yeah, there we go with the boss.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, ooh, this Cowboy's got balls staying on that cipher. He's gonna try to go for the pallet stun here, and then just didn't move at all. I was like, what?
Yeah, no,
that's a little bit questionable.
That
yeah. I don't know.
I also see people asking, is the Cowboy okay? No, I don't think he is. We're just probably gonna
I think
see
that was just
a rematch.
lag.
Yeah, I think
we're just gonna remake the deduction.
Yeah, that honestly would be the most fair in this case. It is under 60 seconds. Of course, the boss was a bit over 60 seconds, but I assume we're still gonna see a rematch regardless, since the Cowboy obviously, he obviously lagged out. You're not gonna stay on your cipher if the Anne is coming swinging around the corner, so, if it was a photographer and he would have jump scared him, then maybe I would have believed it, but no, since it's Anne, cannot really give him the benefit of the doubt. Yeah,
I feel like it's definitely going to be a deduction restart here. I don't see why it wouldn't.
Yeah, indeed.
Definitely, like the people who are playing in this tourney, they're at a very high caliber of play. So I don't think a Cowboy would just needlessly be decoding a cipher and let himself get terror shocked like that.
No, maybe it could be like you said, that he was very being very ballsy and just decoding that cipher right in front of the hunter and trying to get the pellet stun. But just I doubt it. But
we got some class A clowns in the chat here. This is fun.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, you love to see it.
I did not know that we would have such people in here. I'll be honest, it's kind of immature from you guys. Not to call anyone out, of course, but kinda am. Come on, guys. I think everyone so far has been nothing but positive and has been able to keep up a great environment. So don't ruin it in the last weekends. On the other hand, though, because of course there's a few clowns, but it's only like, maybe 3 people trying to ruin the fun. There's also been people who's been consistently in this chat who far outnumber these people. And we're pausing anyway, so I just want to take this moment to thank everyone for stopping by. Thanks for just being active in chat, supporting the teams, and just overall showing some great sportsmanship too. I think it really speaks for a lot of people in the server. Like, of course, NAU is a bit infamous for being toxic, but I think on the other hand, a lot of you have been... Yeah, just a little bit. But I think...
Just a little bit.
I think a lot of you have shown that we can definitely do better as a server, and I'm really grateful for that. So I definitely want to thank everyone for doing so, now that we have the opportunity to do so, since it's boss anyway.
Taking a while to get it set back up. I assume the Cowboys are just going to probably restart their phone or iPad, whatever they play on, and then we can get back to the game.
Yeah, that does seem to be the case. Yeah, we just
Daza's
kinda...
supremacy. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Oh, it looks like they're restarting the deduction. That's what that said, right? Okay, good.
Yeah, oh, we did see indeed that the cowboy has the disconnect icon too, so that means they have been already disconnected for a while, which was way under 60 seconds. So we're just gonna restart this match. Aw, y'all are too sweet.
I'm telling you, every ICL stream, it's just simply Daza Sims.
Stop. You're making me blush, and I cannot handle that. I'm at a loss of words, but thank you very much.
Daza supremacy.
No, don't make it worse. Y'all are breaking me.
Yeah, he did disconnect. He for sure disconnected.
Yeah,
so we'll just get it set back up. Shouldn't be any issue.
Yeah, we're just gonna wait for everyone to get back.
I think this was a sign. I think this was a sign that in order for the match to happen, Alien needs to play photo.
Yeah.
I think that's what the game's saying.
You are not wrong on that one.
Yeah. Everyone saying Queen Daza in the chat.
Oh no, guys. I do not know how to respond to that, but thank you very much. Y'all are too sweet. Y'all are too sweet.
Damn, Daza, it's already 4 o'clock. At least for me. I don't know what time it is for you, but I know you're staying up late.
I mean, it's 1 a.m. on my part, but on the other hand, you know.
Oh God.
I have been up for that 2 a.m. ranked. Not necessarily to play myself.
Oh my God.
No, I'm not playing myself. I'm just watching other people play the game. Because
watching other people.
Yeah, definitely. Because like I think a lot of you know by now, I am not really an active player myself. I used to work a full-time job, which is why I never played as much. I did, however, try to learn a lot about the game regardless. It's just that the hours I used to work were, it just collided with the rank most of the time. So I never really got to play a lot of rank. However, not working that job anymore, so that does give me a lot more free time. So I am actually planning on doing some ranked this season. So maybe one day you'll actually see some ranked gameplay from me coming up.
Oh, but, there we go.
Who knows?
Wait, Daza, if it's 1 a.m. for you right now, are you telling me that you stayed up till like 4 in the morning to watch my stream?
Maybe.
But, oh my God.
I mean, I was doing other things. I still had to prepare some stuff for ICL too. Don't call me out on that one. Please don't call me out. I know my sleep schedule is...
My streams are not worth it. My streams are not worth it.
I disagree. Your streams are great.
Daza is OP. Daza is OP.
No. I'm not.
Did somebody just call me the dude with the sexy voice?
I think they did. I mean, they are not wrong.
Is that what I... Hey, relax. Just chill.
Nah.
I know. Is that how y'all think of me?
Nah.
I'm more than just a voice. I'm a boosted photo main too.
You're not boosted. And on top of that, you're also a great commentator and a great streamer. So yeah, definitely
I don't know
more
what you're
than
talking about.
Don't put yourself down like that.
I don't know what you're talking about. Daza, one day I will grow up to be a big and strong streamer like you.
Like me, please, come on. You've been carrying me throughout this entire playoff so far.
What are you talking about? I have not. I'm getting hard carried right now. You're putting me on your back.
No.
Your back must hurt.
No, you're being too humble right now.
Your back must hurt.
No.
I'm being carried.
No. No. You're just being too humble.
Eli goes Daza being sus. What's the running emoji?
What? Why am I being sus?
That's so funny. That's so funny.
What? What did I do?
That's so funny.
Why am I being sus?
Is he purposely making his voice deeper? No, I am not. I talk like this permanently. As Arcus would tell me to turn off my voice changer, but I do not have a voice changer. In my opinion, I don't really think that my voice is very significant. I just talk. So I open mouth, I talk, and that is how sound is created. So I don't.
Whoa! I learned something new today.
Yeah. I'm taking you to school.
Wow! Thank you.
Yeah.
I
Joggy showing up in the chat to spam magician is amazing. Indeed, Joggy. Indeed.
I mean, what's new? I mean, Joggy, you still did not play magician today. You kinda promised it, did you? That you would play magician in the playoffs. So we're waiting.
I need to see Joggy's magician. Oh
if you want to see those stats changed, you gotta play more magician because we have seen.
Oh my god!
Why am I being called sus? Come on, guys.
I don't know, bro. We're not flirting. Stop it.
What are people?
Stop the cap. Stop the cap.
Oh no. But yeah, no, we have seen an amazing magician round from Juggy. That was almost a 5 cipher kite. So
I'm just gonna put you in a little timeout. Just consider your actions and spamming "How old are you, sexy voice man" is not the move. So I'm just time out a little bit.
Please be respectful to my man Azrael right here because yeah, he's doing an amazing job, and like you said, he is more than just a voice. So just be respectful.
I'm more than just a voice. I'm also a one trick on IDV.
One trick? That's not true. We have seen your S tier Hell Ember.
Oh my god. My Hellember is no bueno.
And you also play Wu Chang, so that's also a +1 in my book. So
Right. You are a Wu Chang simp. I do gotta play Wu for you. I am gonna practice with Wu. I've actually been getting better with him. He's so much fun.
Oh, I am so glad to.
Y'all are so sus, bro. Y'all are sussy wussy. One might say.
It's not sussy wussy.
I just cringe. I cringe so much internally. I can't.
Oh no. Alright, let's go back into the match. Finally.
Alright, so it looks like we're looking at a reception spawn here. There's going to be 2 people that spawn near the near bottom broken, and then the rest of the people are going to be spawning graveyard and then towards god kiting. So good usage of the cat here immediately to increase the speed of the rotation from the hunter. And it looks like they're going to be finding the prospector and the priestess first. Let's see which one they decide to go for.
I mean, Prospector is a hard counter to end. Decide to go for the Priestess instead. Maybe somewhat of a better choice.
Wow. Well played.
Nice job.
Very, very good hit over here. Oh my god, the whole stream is so mad at me right now. Oh my god.
Oh, that was Can she follow it up with the portal? Yes, she can, but sadly takes the cat.
That was regardless. A beautiful play.
Wow.
That was such a clean play.
What
to delay the splitting of the cats and enable Alien to go through that portal and stun the priestess simultaneously.
Not to stun.
Right.
Oh, that was a knee drop as well.
Good job by Alien to drop there, but there is a prospector and a forward in the area. He should be able to make it to this chair though. I think he could definitely make it.
Yeah, so that's a bit of early down. Beautiful play from Alien.
Right.
Expecting the portal and then splitting that cat just right was really
by opting to break that pallet actually enables the priestess to be rescued for free. If he hits this jump, I think he can get the stun.
Oh, that's
amazing stun from the forward.
Wow.
That was absolutely beautiful. Now the priestess gets a safe transitional kite all the way into graveyard, which is a very, very strong area for priestess to use her portals. That was a beautiful stun by the forward. Wow, an immediate down from Alien answering back.
The cowboy
and
is
saying,
in the
no,
area,
no, no.
but he is too close to the chair to actually pull off a lesser rescue.
Right.
That's unfortunate.
Not a possible lasso.
But damn, this teamwork.
However, there's a lot of really good teamwork. What in the world? Just... What?
Oh, the priestess got saved by the lasso while Anne was distracted.
What is happening? What is happening? Okay, so while I do love seeing the teamwork coming out here from LBM with the double harassing, their cipher decoding is suffering greatly.
Because we see the
very
prospector
good
running
reactions.
too. There's no one decoding at this moment.
I guess they just really want to keep a priestess alive. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, no, I mean, of course they do need a win here.
I mean,
I do agree with you. This is probably not the play, but
it's
a lot of fun to watch.
It's very fun to watch. I feel like I'm watching some sort of tarot game where we're trying to protect the king. Like I don't know what's going on here.
This kind of look like a tarot game.
I don't know what's happening. There's just no decoding occurring at all, and you know, Anne's a very difficult character to avoid. Oh, the cowboy's lasso just narrowly missing, and this is gonna be a down.
Yeah, however, the cowboy is here. The priestess did die in the open, so...
Wow, that was a beautiful jump by Alien in order to get that hit on the prospector, and now every single person on the team is injured.
Yeah, but the cowboy
they're
is
still deciding to harass. I don't know what's happening. He should drop immediately, right?
Nice patience from the cowboy. Did not get
I don't know if he can make it to chair. I genuinely don't know if he can make it because of this prospector.
Yeah, no,
I don't think he's going to be able to make it to chair.
No! Oh no! The cowboy failed the lasso.
I don't know what's going on.
It's just a struggle.
Oh my god. Wait, what happened there? I thought the prospector was going to stun him on the tree.
No, the cowboy missing the lasso again.
Cowboy missing the lasso. What is going on? I think this is a tarot match. I think we're watching tarot. Do we actually match into tarot? Is this actually ICL?
I think we might accidentally have started the tarot match. I'm
not really sure about this one, Daza. Also, a really accurate cat here from Alien, and the jump, getting the stun, but the prospector throwing down the magnet just in time. Will Alien be able to get this hit on the prospector before they can magnet?
The pellets have been used in this area, so there's just not a lot the prospector can do. So even though I don't know what's going on, so I'll be honest.
I don't know either. I have no clue. Somehow there's only 2 ciphers remaining. I don't know what's going on, but I love what I'm seeing.
They are, especially since the prospector was the one decoding for a bit. It doesn't have debuff. Actually, is somewhat quicker with decoding as he has an increased chance of hitting those perfect skill checks and such. Also, he gets more kind of.
He could just blink on the forward.
Ooh, yeah, he
that was
a
just blink on the forward. Yeah.
Forward trying
Maybe
to
forward forgot that he had blink in his arsenal.
Yeah.
This is just utter chaos. I don't know what's going on, but it's a massacre.
Yeah. So if this ends in a 4-man elimination, Legacy basically wins by default, as there's no opportunity for LBM to catch back up, since Legacy already won 1 round. So they definitely need to rescue someone here, but the injured cowboy against a fully fed Anne?
And this might be in range for a terror shock. Wow, and the cowboy hesitates. Oh, that's such a shame.
Oh,
that is so sad. Wow.
That was one hell of a match. I'll be honest.
I'm so confused.
I am a bit confused on this too.
Oh my god.
That was some beautiful harassing. I'll be honest, the harassment was great, especially the
harassment was alright,
but the forward stunning the out of
the forward stun was so well timed.
That was really good.
I mean, the disciple was already jumping by the time the football actually connected. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it completely just cancelled the jump. Like that is one really skilled forward right there. But
very skilled.
No one was really decoding, so in the end they just lacked a lot of cipher progression, which kind of cost them the game, which is really unfortunate.
there was no one decoding. At certain points of the game, having no one on a cipher is just, it's not possible to win. You can't win unless you decode cipher. So having like 3 people harassing all at once was definitely an interesting strategy. I will just leave it at that.
Yep, no, I definitely agree with you. But I had a lot of fun with this match, I'll be honest. We are gonna
it was
see,
so much fun to watch.
Yeah, we are gonna see the next round too. Just gonna play it out. But basically, since this was a 4-man elimination, Legacy pretty much already won this because there's no way for LBM to catch up anymore. But yeah, we'll be right back. Alright, we are about to watch the final match between Legacy and LBM. So of course, like I said last round, Legacy actually almost already won. LBM needed to win this round in order to at least tie the score with Legacy, but since Alien managed to get a 4-man elimination with that, it is already a bit too late for LBM. However, I'm still really excited to see Ching hunt. Ching is an amazing hunter, has shown us some great gameplay today, and I'm very sure they are gonna finish it off in a beautiful way.
Yeah, and I'm somebody, I love third rounds because the later on you get into a matchup in a tournament, the more unorthodox and unconventional comps you see. So we get to see really fun hunters, hunters that we don't usually see, survivors that we don't usually see, because oftentimes the meta or the hunters that these guys usually play gets banned. So it forces them to use characters that are a little bit out of their comfort zone and a little bit more fun because you don't get to see it as often.
On the other hand though, we have a Dream Witch and a Breaking Wheel ban. Are we gonna see X-Boy, baby?
I feel like X-Boy.
Yeah, right as I said it, we are getting that X-Boy.
Yep. Ching is one of the best Axe-Boys on the entirety of the server. And with the Dream Witch and Breaking Wheel ban on Red Church, Axe-Boy is definitely a viable choice here.
Yeah, no, indeed. I mean, we haven't seen a lot of Ching's X-Boy in ICL so far. So I am really excited for this round. Even though, of course, it doesn't really matter a lot point-wise. Of course, this doesn't, by the way, mean that LBM is out. This is double elimination playoff bracket, so we are gonna see LBM come back, just not in the winners bracket for now. But yeah, man, they switched off X-Boy.
Ooh, I'm a fan of this comp. I'm excited to see how this prospector plays because I believe Wan Shi or Wan Sai, I don't know how you would pronounce that. I believe that's LCY CQI, who is one of the top prospectors on all of NAEU. So playing prospector is definitely right up their alley.
Yeah, indeed. We have actually seen some prospector from Legacy and actually be rather successful with it too. Of course, prospector is a hard counter too, and like we saw last round too. So that's why we might see some prospector coming up in tournaments. If they want to go for an counter team comp, we can very well see a prospector coming in. Overall, of course, prospector does get countered by a varied selection of hunters, such as Blood Queen, even like hunters such as Sculptor and Bonbon, who can just work around those magnets a little bit easier than some other hunters. Which is also, of course, why Prospector is not considered to be a meta survivor. Don't really have any kiting characters who are considered meta at this moment. Perfumer used to be part of it, but she kinda lost her spot due to the fact that double rescue team comps got way more popular.
It looks like Ching is going to be selecting Sculptor here. Obviously a very strong pick for Red Church. He was initially hovering over Axe-Boy, hovering over Bonbon, but I think locking in as a Sculptor here is definitely going to be a very strong choice for a third round.
I'll be honest, I'm a bit sad we do not get to see Ching's exploit today, but we have seen some really great Sculptor runs from Ching so far anyway, so this is definitely gonna be an amazing match regardless. Also, this team comp will have a lot of trouble with Sculptor anyway. First Officer is probably the hardest counter to Sculptor in his team comp, but of course Perfumer not really able to do a lot with the statues. There's the Seer who can lose his owl to a great statue if Ching can manage to pull it off, and then there's the Prospector, which I already kind of talked about. So.
And the thing about Prospectors is that a lot of the time Prospectors, they have two options, right? They can either repulse or they can attract. If they repulse, usually the only reason why you'd ever use repulse is if you're in open space. If you're in open space, a vertical statue is very, very easy to hit because you're just in a straight line from you to the hunter. And then if you try to use the attract magnet against a sculptor, a lot of the time they'll see you turning into an obstacle to attract the sculptor to like a wall, for example, let's say. And a sculptor can simply statue preemptively, and then while you are stunning them, they might get stunned, but you'll also get hit by a statue in the process. So sculptor just looks like a very, very strong strong counter to this specific comp that we're seeing in the third round.
Yes, indeed. So it does seem like the prospector is gonna be the first target of the sculptor here.
Interesting route by Ching, opting to go for a window vault. Maybe predicting that the prospector was gonna try to loop back around church. Wow, the prospector rotating directly into Ching. Fantastic prediction from the sculptor here. Ooh, and a very, very nice stun from the prospector. A bit of an unfortunate route, the prospector actually kiting towards the first officer, and a beautiful statue from Ching.
Two beautiful statues
and an immediate down.
Wow, what a beautiful down.
That was an incredible little combo there from Ching. The 1-2-3 with the double statue and then the basic attack to finish it off.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play from Ching. And I think I said this to you earlier, pallets can definitely be your enemy against the sculptor, because she can actually...
Absolutely.
She can definitely kill you with that, as you do not really have a lot of space to dodge the statues on the pallet. All you can really do is double back, but on the other hand, a double back on a pallet can mean that the hunter is just gonna catch up to you. So it's very risky.
Looks like the first officer over here is kind of just creeping around and harassing the hunter with tinnitus, but let's see if he actually goes for the rescue here. Pretty risky rescue. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to be leaving the prospector to die on a chair here and focusing on decoding the ciphers instead. But as of right now, with this teleport onto Dreaming, there's not a single survivor who is on a cipher. There's no decoding progress currently going on right now.
Yeah, and Viewer couldn't really manage to work her way around as a teleport. She got teleport on a relatively bad cipher, so she couldn't use her perfume. Did still manage to dodge the statue right here, but she is now stuck on this pallet, and this is definitely not a pallet you want to be stuck on.
Wow, great job by Dreaming to avoid all these statues, but a very, very bold decision by Ching that pays off to walk through that pallet without any sort of fear and get the down on Dreaming.
So now we have a full present sculptor. They of course decided to sell the prospector there because essentially getting off a rescue, they might be able to rebound, but it also gives another hit onto the rescuer if they do not even get stuffed in the first place. This is a single rescue comp, so the first officer is the only one who's actually able to pull some plays. So yeah, essentially it could very well... Whoa! Gets the terror shock
on Miri!
No way!
No! Wow. Amazing pacing from the sculptor here. Understanding and predicting when the first officer was going to be going for the rescue despite the pocket watch.
We are still at 4 ciphers remaining. Ching is absolutely dominating this round.
He is crushing it right now in round 3.
So he's just gonna chair the first officer here because dungeon didn't even spawn.
Right, and that chisel right there is all Ching needs in order to figure out the location of the steer. Sees the red trail leading towards reception and into this open area. And right here now he finds his target, and all he has to do is get this steer down with full presence as a sculptor, which, you know, a steer going up against a sculptor usually doesn't end too well. So we'll see how this goes.
He does still have an owl, but yeah. Dungeon did not spawn, so that was a beautiful owl though.
Great owl, yeah.
That was a great use of that owl, but sadly just... there is nothing the steer can do here. Dungeon isn't even available.
Right.
And there's also
and
no
a good
way
job by Green.
Yeah, definitely.
Green this entire match has been dodging statue after statue.
Whoa, and
very
the
good
pallet's
patience
done
there to
too.
camp that pallet. That was a beautiful play.
Yeah, no, Green is doing an amazing job. It's just, yeah, like I said, it's unfortunate Dungeon didn't spawn. There's nothing Green can do except for just kite it, just to show what he's capable of.
And still, I mean, I think out of the entirety of this game, Green has only been hit by a single statue. He's avoided the majority of all these statues, which is just a fantastic
but he
play.
got hit right
and then
there.
right as I say that, he gets hit by a statue.
You jinxed it.
My fault, Green. My fault. I jinxed it. I jinxed it, buddy. My bad.
But what a way to end this.
Right. Despite LCY moving on to the next round of playoffs, Ching showing that he's not out of the competition yet and pulls off an incredible 4-man.
Yeah, that was an amazing 4-man. 4 cybers remaining. Wow. I cannot believe that just happened. Really well played from Ching. It's just, yeah, unfortunate that it was already too late for LBM at this point. But like I said, we are still gonna see LBM come back. So definitely stay tuned for that. And I want to thank all of you for watching and all of the teams for playing. Congratulations to both Legacy and Sus for winning their rounds today. And I'll hopefully see all of you tomorrow for the second part of the playoffs.
Yeah, GG's to both sides. I thought both teams did really well. All the matches today were very entertaining, and as always, when it comes to ICL, we give you guys good content. I mean, these are exciting matches against some of the top tier players that we have on the server, and make sure to stay tuned for next time when we have some more exciting matches for you guys to show.
Yeah, definitely. All right, bye bye.